with us for training in cars. Let's see us in cars.
My name is Frank Futselaar from the Netherlands, 29 years old, and I'm happy to be here in Austria to try to qualify for the Olympic Games. It's a great opportunity. I already hit the standard of 2:11:30, but in my country we have 6 men now who hit the standard for the Olympics, so I have to be a bit faster than my previous time, and I hope to do it this Sunday, so I'm going to do my best.
Hi, ich bin Jana. Ich freue mich sehr, hier am Start sein zu dürfen. Ich war viele Jahre jetzt nicht mehr im Wettkampfgeschehen unterwegs und freue mich umso mehr, hier beim S7 Halbmarathon mal auszutesten, was wieder so geht und mich von vielen schnellen Laufern inspirieren zu lassen, um möglichst weiterzukommen dann.
Hello, my name is Tony Payne. I'm a runner from Thailand. My best time is 2:16 and I'm very lucky to have the opportunity to race in Austria tomorrow. I'm going to try to improve that and see how fast I can go.
Ich habe morgen noch die allerletzte Chance, mich für Tokio zu qualifizieren. Und wo ich jetzt stehe, weiß ich nicht, aber ich werde morgen mein Bestes geben, das Optimum herauszuholen.
Hello, I am Nicolas from France. I am already qualified to the Olympics and marathon, so I'm here for try to prepare the Olympics. And thank you to the organization for the facilities to be here. It's a beautiful place here in Austria.
In wenigen Minuten starten wir hier am 23. Mai. Genau um 9 Uhr geht es hier los mit dem S7 Marathon. In der Nähe von Fürstenfeld befinden wir uns in der wunderschönen Steiermark und es ist der Final Call für Tokio. Es geht um die Qualifikation für die Olympischen Sommerspiele in diesem Jahr 2021. Die Marathon-Elite, die dieses Limit noch nicht hat und das noch erbringen muss, ist auch hier heute am Start. In einem kleinen, aber wunderbar und stark zusammengewürfelten Feld. Halbmarathon und Marathon. Aber es geht natürlich um die Qualifikation im Marathon über die 42,195 Kilometer. Das internationale Limit bei den Männern steht bei 2 Stunden, 11 Minuten und 30 Sekunden und bei den Frauen bei 2 Stunden, 29 Minuten und 30 Sekunden. Und genau um diese Marke wird sich heute alles drehen hier. Es geht einen Rundkurs zu laufen, 6 mal 5,8 Kilometer werden die Schleifen gelaufen. Dann nach diesen circa 36 Kilometern wird noch einmal 7 Kilometer geradeaus gelaufen entlang an einer neu gebauten Autobahnstrecke. Und dort wird sich die Spreu vom Weizen Runde für Runde immer weiter trennen. Die Athleten, das kann man im Hintergrund sehen, kommen schon langsam hier zum Startlinie, waren natürlich untergebracht in einer unglaublichen Bubble. Alle gemeinsam hier, damit hier wirklich nichts passieren kann, Corona und Pandemie bedingt. Einige sind schon vor 10 Tagen angereist, einige erst vor wenigen Tagen. Alle mit einem gültigen Corona-Test, der nicht älter als 24 Stunden sein dürfte. Mein Name ist Uwe Oll, ich bin hier heute hier Moderator. Später wird noch unsere Kommentatoren zugeschaltet aus Deutschland, werden das Ralf Scholz sein, den Philipp Flieger und auch den englischen Kommentar mit Gordon Graham. Deshalb auch kurz noch einmal die Begrüßung auf Englisch. A very welcome and a good morning here from Fürstenfeld. This is in the Styria region in Austria, here in the southern part of Austria. This is the final call for Tokyo. A marathon, 42.195 kilometers, and in a few days the standard is gone for the Olympic Games. So this is the last call. A couple of athletes have their last chance to qualify for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the Olympic Games 2021. In the background you can already see the athletes doing their last couple of strides, finalizing their warm-up, because in a couple of minutes at exactly 9 a.m. this marathon Sunday morning will start, and it's going to be a fantastic race. We will have an English live stream commented by Gordon Graham and a German live stream commented by Philipp Flieger and Ralf Scholz. So back to German now, and you will see later everything and all the news on the English live stream on a separated link. Ja, diese 42,19 Kilometer werden sehr, sehr schnell hoffentlich gelaufen werden. Die Temperaturen momentan sind exzellent. Bis ca. 7:45 Uhr, 8 Uhr hat es hier noch relativ stark geregnet. Das sieht man hier auch an den Asphaltverhältnissen im Hintergrund. Und seitdem hat sich alles gebessert. Momentan kein Regen, angenehme Kühlertemperaturen um die 10 bis 12 Grad, kein Wind. Man kann also wirklich, und das werden die Kommentatoren auch später noch erläutern, von optimalen Marathonbedingungen wirklich hier sprechen. Circa 60 Teilnehmerinnen und Teilnehmer sind insgesamt im Marathonfeld, ein paar mehr noch auch später im Halbmarathonfeld mit dabei, denn natürlich ist auch zusätzlich zum Marathon hier auch ein Halbmarathon mit dabei und auch dort werden wir uns Spitzenzeiten erwarten. Die gesamten Felder, Halbmarathon und Marathon, werden auch gemeinsam gestartet werden. Und wir hoffen natürlich auch aus österreichischer Sicht auf eine Qualifikation für die Olympischen Spiele für Tokio. Bei den Damen Eva Wutti, 2 Stunden 29,30 wäre hier für sie das Limit. Damit müsste sie den österreichischen Rekord von 2 Stunden 30 Minuten und 43 Sekunden und ungefähr 75 Sekunden verbessern. Bei den Männern, Valentin Pfeil von den LAC Amateuren Steyr will sich auch natürlich noch einmal hier für diese Olympischen Spiele qualifizieren, müsste dazu 2 Stunden 11 Minuten und 30 Sekunden laufen und seine persönliche Bestzeit dadurch auch noch einmal weit nach unten drücken. Die Voraussetzungen dazu sind aber sehr, sehr gut. Ebenfalls sind natürlich viele deutsche Teilnehmerinnen und Teilnehmer hier mit dabei. In den nächsten 2,5 bis 3 Stunden werden die Kommentatoren natürlich aus dem deutschsprachigen und englischsprachigen Raum eingehend darüber sprechen, wer hier in Topform ist, wer hier mit dabei ist beim Last Call für Tokio. 42,19 Kilometer auf einem Autobahnteilstück, das neu gebaut worden ist. Auch eine Premiere natürlich, dass die Läufer und Läuferinnen ein Autobahnteilstück öffnen. Ausnahmsweise einmal nicht die Politiker oder eben die Autofahrer selbst. Es werden Schleifen gelaufen, wie gesagt, in wenigen Minuten starten wir hier, dann geht es 300 Meter geradeaus über eine Autobahnbrücke und von dort an 5,81 Kilometer Schleifen werden gelaufen, circa 6 Mal. Dann sind also diese Schleifen hier vollendet und danach geht es ein 7 Kilometer langes Teilstück geradeaus und dann sind eben diese 42,195 Kilometer auch schon geschafft. Zweisprachiger Kommentar, Englisch der eine Link, Deutsch natürlich der andere. Wir wünschen alle gute Unterhaltung und schauen uns kurz vor Start dann noch einmal hier die Beschaffenheiten an, während es hier wieder leicht beginnt zu regnen, aber sicherlich kein störender Regen für die Läuferinnen und Läufer. Pacemaker-Gruppen gibt es natürlich auch alle. Eine schnelle Männergruppe auf 2:09, das wird sich um den Kanadier Cameron Levines hauptsächlich drehen, der unter anderem nicht nur das Olympia-Limit attackieren möchte, sondern auch den kanadischen Rekord und hier sicherlich der Top-Favorit ist in diesem Rennen. Und in diesem Sinne wünsche ich euch viel Spaß mit dem Livestream. Wir übergeben jetzt zu den Kommentatoren nach Deutschland. Die heißen Ralf Scholz und Philipp Flieger. Viel Spaß.
Ja, er läuft am Anfang mit dir, aber wenn du das Tempo nicht kannst, dann kann er vielleicht mit dir laufen.
Danke, Uwe, giving us all of the information about today's race. A very special race it is today. It's not your standard get-together for a marathon and a half marathon. Today is going to be the last call for Tokyo. It is the time athletes that have been robbed of all the opportunity to race last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Today to go out and chase that Olympic qualifying time. Good morning and welcome to beautiful Austria on the S7 for the S7 marathon. Not an ordinary race, as we said. It's an extraordinary race in extraordinary times. Run2Gether is a non-profit organization hosting today's event and allowing all these elites the opportunity to make their way to the Tokyo Olympic Games, which of course has already been postponed by a year. So these athletes have been idle now, waiting for Olympic Games for almost a year and a half. They are chasing their qualifying time. I'll get into that in a second. There were 200 slots made available for athletes from around the world to join in today's event. And all they had to do is be a reasonably quick runner, have a time that was pretty close to that qualifying time for them to get in. Only 200 athletes because of COVID restrictions, obviously, and they come from all countries of the world. We've got the Eastern joining us today. There's also runners from Norway, from Finland, Turkey, from Ireland. We even have an athlete all the way from Australia who will be joining the run today. The team at Run2Gether decided to put together the course that will provide the athletes with a fast marathon time. And whoa, what better place to do that than on the S7 Expressway in Austria. Now, if you go and Google the S7 Expressway in the Styria district, you're going to not find it there just yet because it's under construction. which is how they managed to pull off closing this road and giving these runners a chance to run on what can only be described as a pancake flat surface for the athletes to go out and chase that qualifying time. Located in the Styria district, Styria is a mountainous forested state in southern Austria, known for its wine, spas, and castles. Graz, the riverside state capital, blends Renaissance and Baroque architecture with modern design. So it's picturesque to the max. Of course, they won't be worried too much about that mountainous area because they're on that S7 expressway under construction, and it is going to be flat and fast. It's not often that you look at the start of a marathon and half marathon with so few athletes. Everybody masked up. COVID-19 protocols are in place, and the team are doing the best they can to make sure that these top elite runners from around the world are given the opportunity to chase the dream of making it to the Tokyo Games. It used to be referred to as Tokyo 2020. Do we call it Tokyo 2021 now? I suppose we'll have to. Now, in order to qualify for the men's marathon, athletes need to achieve the standard qualifying time of 2 hours, 11 minutes and 30 seconds, which works out to at just over 3 minutes and 5 seconds a kilometer. For the ladies, they need to get to 2 hours, 29 and 30 seconds, which works out about 3 minutes 30 per kilometer. Each individual country obviously has their own selection criteria, but the athletes will be aiming for overall qualification, and then obviously the amount of slots available in their country will then come down to who is faster and who gets selected. But you can't even get into that group of elites unless you get that qualifying time. And due to COVID, the athletes you see on this start line right now have not been given the opportunity to race. Tell you more in a bit. Let's get ready for the start of the S7 Marathon, hosted by Run2Gether, the non-profit running club with over 300 members. And I must tell you, they've got some incredible sponsors that have gotten involved to make this a possibility. How good is it to see athletes lining up at a start line? The nervous tension. I've been at the start of many marathons and ultra marathons, and the nervous tension and the energy felt amongst these top runners. Each one of them has a personal goal. Each one of them has something that they want to achieve today. The ultimate goal, going to represent their country in Tokyo on the 8th of August, 2021. Runners are lined up, ready to go. Let's wait for starters' orders, which will be happening quite soon. Runners together, all masked up, ready to go. You can hear the sound of the lead bike in the distance. Men and women alongside each other from around the world. I think that's one of our ladies all the way from Finland in the blue. Austrian athlete Eva Wutti, who is a triathlete as well as a runner, focusing on qualifying for the Olympic Games. Nothing is more important to an athlete than representing their country at the Olympic Games. Fast and furious is what we can expect. 4 loops around the track for our marathon runners. Half marathon runners will do half of that. 2 hours, 11, 30 seconds is what the men need. 2 hours, 29 and 30 is what the women need to get themselves to the Olympic Games. World record for the Olympics in the men's marathon, 2:06:32. Samuel Wanjiri set it in 2008. For the woman, it's 2 hours 20 seconds, set by Tiki Galana in 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, we are racing the S7 Marathon and Half Marathon underway in the Styria districts in southern Austria, located somewhere between St. Pölten, which I've been to in northern Austria, and Graz, the capital of Styria. We have some pacemakers that are joining the team. This is the group from Run2Gether from Kenya, some incredible athletes. Give you an idea of their achievements and their kudos, the things that these guys have been able to achieve. Some of our pacemakers have record times in the half marathon, just over 62 minutes. One of those pacemakers is a gentleman from Kenya called Kipkorir Biri. Has a half marathon time of 62 minutes and 44 seconds when he competed in Gorizia, Italy. 10 kilometers time of 28 minutes and 48 seconds. And immediately, one of the runners has set out at the front to get that pace up. Unlike us normal human beings who wait for a few kilometers to get into our stride, these guys hit their stride pretty much out the gate. They're definitely making the pace at the start, the first few 100 meters of the S7 Marathon, hosted by Run2Gether, an incredible organization who are doing wonderful work in Kenya, but also in Austria. COVID-19 obviously has taken its toll on the whole world and all sorts of different professions, but athletes certainly have had, I would say, somewhere near the worst of it all. This is their job, this is what they do. They've been unable to compete. Been no city marathons in 2020, which is why the team at Run2Gether sat down and went, well, we need to put together a course, firstly to help our Austrian athletes qualify, but then make it available to all competitive athletes in that. So the pace sets, and a group of 4 now make their way to the front of the S7 Marathon. This is loop 1 of 4 for our marathon runners. Wet conditions today. Trying to get some feedback on what the conditions are from a weather point of view. It does look a little cold at the moment, but not for these guys. They'll warm up in no time. They've all been doing their pre-race stretches. So a nice, neat, tidy group of 4 go past that first timing point and make their way around the S7 Expressway, which is under construction. In the background, you can see the vehicles that are working on constructing this expressway that goes through southern Austria and connects to the S5, if I'm not mistaken. Runners are having to deal with wet road conditions. Will that slow them down at all, particularly on the corners? Obviously, making sure you have a good foot, very important. Past the sponsors, branding on shoes have partnered with Run2Gether to bring this event to you. Runners all the way from Tanzania as well. Felix Simbu and Paulo Sule running from Tanzania. From the USA, Cameron Levens for Team Hoka One One. From Poland, we've got Yared Shigumo. All the way from Turkey, Yavuz Agrali. Frank Futsala from the Netherlands, representing the AV Dilemmas running team. Or Dilemmas. Another one to watch is Alexander Torres on the course. Good to see the groups now beginning to form. The lead group has gone out quite quickly ahead. And remember, they've all got that qualifying time in their head firstly, but each one of these athletes will know what the other athletes' qualifiers are. And so it becomes a double goal. It's about getting that Olympic qualifying time, and secondly, it's about getting yourself ranked in your country to be selected for the limited amount of spots that are available. And the pacemakers surrounding some of our athletes as they take on the firsters on their run. Pace looking pretty good at the moment. It's all about settling down, settling the nerves, getting into a rhythm as fast as you can. They'll know what they need to be achieving, and they'll have different goals and sort of mini goals within the big goal of getting that qualifying time. They'll have different mini goals per kilometer, per 5, per 10 kilometers of what they want to try and achieve and how they want to get through today's marathon and half marathon. Focus though on the marathon, very much so. So Run2Gether Austria has a very special association history out of friendship with the chairman and Jeffrey Ndungu. The project was born in 2008, which was has no equal worldwide. I don't think I've ever heard of such an incredible organization. They're a non-profit running club based on 3 pillars, which are interconnected: competitive sports, running vacations, and social projects in Kiambogo in Kenya. It started in 2008 with just 40 professional Kenyan athletes. They now count more than 180 members and over 300 sponsors of the sponsorship program to the association. And if you really want to know more about them, I highly suggest you go to run2gether.com and find out about what their goals are and what their philosophies are. It's all about the athletes. And they offer a running week and social activities in Kenya. I recommend that you have a look at their website and have a look at the annual reports on the website to see what that's about. If you want to run faster, ask the Kenyans how to run faster, particularly over these ultra distances or these marathon, half marathon distances. They train at altitude in Kenya on a running vacation. Also, Run2Gether Austria has a very special history. The project emerged out of that friendship that we spoke about. And now 180 members, athletes that are gaining. 7.5 minutes in, at 3 minutes and 5 seconds per kilometer. These guys will be over 2 kilometers into the first loop of the run. Remember, the marathon is a 4-loop 10, or just over 10 kilometers to get to that 42 or 41.95 distance. Running that you can take yourself on in Kenya is an ideal way to combine running training at Kenya's altitude, 2,400 meters above sea level, with safaris. You'll be supervised by the head coach, shoulder to shoulder with Kenyan athletes, the best Kenyan athletes. I will also give you authentic insights into their lives, their training, their support, and also the social projects. If you know more about that, please go to the website run2gether.com. And the Sports and Recreation Centre is open all year, and with COVID restrictions starting to ease, who knows, if you want to go and see the party looks. So, following the action of the lead runners at the S7 Marathon, you can see the pacemakers up front working hard. We're going to try and get you timing information, tell you who is where and how they're doing. This group is doing very well. 2 of the ladies in the group holding pace really nicely. Their qualifying time for the Olympics slightly slow, just 3 minutes 30 a kilometer though, which is not slow in any means. It is very, very fast running that they're going to have to do, and great to see the Run2Gether stripes there as they help the athletes make their way around this incredibly fast course. But it is slightly slower if you consider the fact that it is wet and a little bit cooler today, so perhaps not as fast as the organizers would have liked it to be on what should be a spring day. One of those pacemakers is Joel Mele Kipkene, and he was born in 1984. He has a record time over 10 kilometers, which he set in the USA in 2008 of 28 minutes 55 seconds, and a half marathon time that he set in Milan in Italy in 2018 of 1 hour and 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And when the Austrian top athlete Valentin Feil remembers his or makes his way to a 2 hour 12 marathon, that's the best time through Vienna 2019. His loyal and slim companion in the orange and black jersey will surely come to his mind again. Joel Kipkenye stayed by his side until 35 kilometers in that marathon time. No question that these two top pacemakers, or the top pacemaker, will be right by his side as Valentin aims. There we go. So leading the way, running 2:10:57. It's Paul Stuger. Cameron Levins, the gentleman all the way from the USA, finds himself in second place. Stanley Kamayu from Kenya up in front. There's Meli that we were just talking about, Joel Meli. Also doing well. Look at that pace, though. Look at that pace. And still 4 seconds. Julius Njeri from Kenya. Maxime Raylanu. And then, of course, the other runners. But they're running well below that pace required. So flat and fast is what we're getting. 12 minutes into the run. And you'll begin to see the groups will now separate. And this has been well organized by the organizers. They've got the 2:10 group. They've got a 2:11 group that'll be out there as well. One of the men leading the way in the 2:11 group is Kipkori Biri. He's going to be setting the pace for that 2:11 group in our marathon. And Philemon Maritim is another one of our pacemakers as part of the Run2Gether. So running a 2:25:46, Laura Hottentrotz. Hannah Lindholm's in there as well. I was just a bit fast with that graphic, but it should give you an idea. So the girls are running well within that qualifying pace. And the men are also well below. Worked it out this morning. 3:05 was the pace needed for the 3:30 for the ladies. And, well, they're well below that. But it is just 13 minutes into the run. What a great opportunity for these athletes to be out and about and competing against other athletes with the same goal of wanting to make it to the Olympic Games, as we look at that long stride as they go past the expressway construction site. And remember that first loop just on 10 kilometers going through one of those timing spots. Difficult to tell from the camera whether or not it's raining at the moment or it had rained. We're talking about Cameron Levins. It said USA, but listed as from Canada. He has a half marathon personal record set in Houston in 2020, in January 2020, just before all the lockdown started, he ran a 1:02.14, which is a fantastic time. And then in Toronto, Canada, in 2018, he set his marathon personal best of 2:09.25. So 2:09.25, well within that qualifying time of 2:11. 16 minutes into the run, running at a pace of 2 and a bit minutes a kilometer. Great to see the ladies in amongst the groups there. And of course the orange and black stripes of our Run2Gether pacemakers that are working. And they've got, as I said, they've got those different groups, those different pace groups that they're running at. There's 2:10 groups and the 2:11 groups for the faster guys up front. Down through the only real dip on the course. There's not a lot going on as far as climbing is concerned, but there is a couple of dips where the course goes slightly off the expressway and then a little climb back onto that pancake flat course. It's kind of a false flat, this section of the course. And have a listen to that. That is the sound that you hear when you run a marathon. The sound of the feet and the breathing. Of course, I would never be running at this pace, so I wouldn't know what these guys are going through right now, but they're working hard. Have a look at the pacemaker from Run2Gether at the front there. He really is having to work hard. Keep this group where they need to be, and if you want to know how to run marathons and half marathons fast, ask the Kenyans. Many of my home country, South Africa's athletes, go to Kenya quite regularly for altitude training. So do the triathletes in our little neighboring country of Lesotho, which is the mountain kingdom, very similar as well. Some cheers from the spectators, the few spectators that COVID will allow, and our volunteers that are manning the water points, making sure that the athletes get their hydration. Now back onto parts of the expressway that are looking super smooth. This group of runners now 80 minutes into their race, all chasing that Olympic qualification time. 2:11:30 is the time that they're looking for to qualify, but of course then there will be rankings within their own countries of the faster times and who deserves it. So it looks like we're at that turnaround point now. This could be the completion of lap 1, if I'm not mistaken, for the lead group of runners in our marathon, as the next group begins to chase them. Typical camera work today out in the rain, that's for sure. It certainly does look as though it is raining at the moment. The pacemakers right up front doing their job from Run2Gether. This is the S7 Marathon. The last call for Tokyo. Last call to represent your country. All the dreams and all the hopes and all the years of training for these athletes. Getting to an Olympic Games doesn't happen at one race. It starts many years before, probably when these guys were just young runners. Probably while they were at school, they had a dream, they had a coach that pushed them. And it all comes down to this in very unique circumstances. Under normal circumstances, there'd be plenty of marathons and half marathons for the athletes to use. Certainly from the marathon side, and in the normal circumstances, there'd be a whole circuit of marathons all around the world that they could go to qualify.
Du weißt eh, dass das die Halbmarathon-Gruppe ist, oder? Das ist der Halbmarathon. Was? Die haben rote Nummern.
So our ladies race all the way from Germany. Anja Schell. She has a half marathon time of 1 hour 11 minutes 09 and a marathon time of 2:27:50, which was set in Hamburg in Germany in 2016. 10-kilometer personal best of 33:06 as we have a look at some of the rankings now. Running a 2:10. That's incredible. That's Stanley Kamau from Kenya leading that 2:10 group. Cameron Levins from the USA is right up there. He's working super hard today. In third position from Kenya, Lennon. But 2:10. That's the 2:10 group that they're aiming at. And as we said, that Olympic qualifying time is not necessarily the complete focus. It's also that ranking. So, turnaround point done, through the water point they go. 21 and a half minutes into their run. Trying to get you some more information of the lady in this group. She's having a good run today. Of course, it's all about pacing, though. It's all about making sure that you've got enough in the tank to maintain. Some of the runners head off to get some nutrition, hydration. I would imagine that they would have some sort of seconding available with their specific nutrition and hydration that they like to use. The pacemakers are doing a phenomenal job. Look how easy that looks. Checking the clock, making sure, am I on track? And that's what Run2Gether is all about. If you decide that you want to take up one of those running vacations, that's the kind of professional service you're going to get. You're going to get athletes that are highly trained, that are going to work with you to make sure that you can reach your faster marathon time. And I know one of the things that came to mind when I first found out about Run2Gether was an average runner or an elite. Is it just for the elites or is it for everybody? And well, it's pretty much for everyone. If you want to get yourself faster and you want to see parts of the world you've never seen before, whilst training, have a vacation, then Run2Gether is the way to go. Run2Gether.com if you want to know more. You can also find them on Facebook, Run2Gether. I'll share them on my Facebook page as well. My name's Gordon Graham. Good to be with you. Joining you from the east coast of Africa, bringing you the coverage from the Styria district, the S7 Marathon. 23 minutes in, and this group are looking strong. One of the runners we mentioned earlier in that group,
Lassen wir uns mal zur zweiten Gruppe zurückfallen, wenn es geht. Ja. Ja, wenn wir Platz haben, jetzt ist ein bisschen Platz. Weil die ist Halbmarathon. Die ist Marathon. Jetzt bleiben wir mal bei den Marathons. Was? Die da meine ich. Sollen wir das Fahrrad fort? Ja. Fahr rechts von dir vorbei, danke.
So if you're just joining us, welcome to the S7 Marathon, hosted by Run2Gether, sponsored by some incredible partners like On Shoes. And S7 Marathon, as Uwe said at the start, was all about the last call for Tokyo, as the athletes are now struggling to qualify, having had absolutely no competitive running for most of 2020. As we said, one of our runners had set his personal best time at the start, January 2020, which seems like an eternity ago. And so the team at Run2Gether got together and said, you know what, let's provide these, initially it was for the Austrian athletes who hadn't been able to qualify, and they said, well, let's provide them with a marathon course that is going to give them the best opportunity to set that qualifying time, or And in so doing, let's invite athletes who have also struggled to qualify from around the world, even from Australia, would you believe it, from Canada, coming to this beautiful part of the world to come and run. And then the aim was, well, how can we find them a flat and fast course? And the S7 Expressway, which is under construction, which is where they are at the moment. You can see the construction site on the right-hand side of your screen. And this was designed by the team at Run2Gether, put together the looped course. And at certain stages, they'll be running alongside that expressway, which is under construction, small detours as they head off. 26 minutes now into race time. And the front runners doing an incredible job. And the pacemakers in the orange and black from Run2Gether, they're there. They've got a goal in mind, and that is to keep a certain pace so that these runners know, stick with him, and I'm in my pace. A very different experience for those of us watching. For these guys, it's all about work. Terrible, but thousand people that to at this marathon. I have the privilege of working at one of South Africa's finest marathons, the Comrades Ultra Marathon. 20,000 runners, and then all those spectators along the sidelines. Those days feel like a very long time ago. But great to give these guys an opportunity to qualify. Great to give them a chance to get out and run. A little bit of a breakaway group here as the pacemaker holds his pace and one man is on his toes. The bike turns off. Round that turnaround point they go. Camera cut away, just a little unfortunate there. But look at the communication here. Some of our ladies now grouped together. And with the loop course, the athletes will be running contraflow sometimes, so they'll be able to see those ahead of them. Not so much a race as it is a personal race, I would imagine. I don't think winning today is the ultimate goal for a lot of these guys. I think it's just getting to that target that you've set for yourself. And again, we've got the overall target, which is the Olympic qualification. But then there's those mini targets inside there of like knowing who the other athletes are in your country that are gunning for that spot. And then being able to say, well, I need to be faster than those other 6 athletes to get myself into contention. Past the music and the vibe they go, which is fantastic. A little bit of encouragement from the sidelines there. And we're chatting about our pacemakers, the gentleman in the orange and black who are setting the pace for our athletes on the course today. They're working very hard to make sure that they give these athletes the best support they can have. And our pacemakers in the marathon include some amazing runners, yeah, all part of the Run2Gether group. And you're going to see it come up on the list, like Charles Juma Ndiema. Personal best time for a 10 kilometer, 28:33, which is pretty fast. And he's one of the pacemakers out there helping these runners achieve their goal today. Some of the ladies that are going out for qualification today, all the way from Ireland, is Connolly Brieg, and I hope I said her name correctly. Is a half marathon record time of 1 hour 14 minutes 40 seconds and a marathon time of 2:37:29. So she's well within reach of that qualification. That, of course, was back in 2015, though, so a bit of work to be done. You can only imagine how the pandemic has affected the runners and their preparations. After 2016, you knew the next Olympic Games was 2020, and it'll take literally a 4-year plan to get the runners there. Then there was the delay, then there was the uncertainty, and now a lot of these guys are out here working hard, chasing that qualification and doing their best to try and get themselves to Tokyo for that marathon race. The men's race on the 8th of August. From Finland, Anna-Marie Kiakara, one of our top Finnish runners out here today. Born in 1977, marathon personal best time of 2:35:12, which she set in the year 2000 in Boston. Her most recent results, though, was 2:41:21, which was set in December in 2019 in Italy. But this is interesting. One behind the other, right up the front. So the groups have begun to form as we're 30 minutes into race day. And you'll see the different groups with all of those brilliant run-together pacemakers managing the group. Look at the strides here. Long strides, those heel kicks going right up. Some catch up there. Who's that in the background trying to make up the distance? Here's a stunning group all running together. So wet road conditions, but flat conditions, and that's fantastic for these guys as they chase around this course. Communication from the pacemakers saying, what do we need to do? Are we on target? And of course the athletes behind them trusting them. They'll have a little look at their watches every now and then. Have a little look at the heart rate monitors. Am I inside my goal? Am I inside my target? So these are the marathon runners. You can tell by the red numbers on the front of their jerseys. These are the guys that are chasing the marathon as a lonely runner heads off on her own in the other direction. Just 35 minutes in, and we should be able to give you a little bit of timing in a moment. This group has settled down to pretty much mostly ladies running together. Very impressive to watch professional marathon and half marathon runners do their business. It's like a fuel tank. They start with a fuel and they've got just enough fuel to get them through. And they've got to measure it out, make sure that they're very carefully using the energy that their body has. Well, for these runners, it would be the half marathon distance. They can push a little bit faster, but for the marathon guys, they've obviously got to go as they can, as efficiently as they can. And the Styria district with its forests and mountains, beautiful backdrop for the S7 Marathon, hosted by Run2Gether, that non-profit organization with 180 professional runners that they were supporting during the pandemic. And sadly, they weren't able to do it completely, so now they're doing everything they can to generate income so that they can support these professional Kenyan runners, give opportunity to get to reach and fulfill their potential. The saddest thing for many countries is that potential and skill is not the problem. It's often finance, particularly on the African continent. So it's great to see this great partnership between Kenya and Austria, putting it together and helping these young runners achieve their goals. And if you would like to get involved, if you would like to improve your running and see the heart of Africa, Kenya, then all you need to do is head over to run2gether.com and go and read about the packages there that you can get in and how you can maximize your training while experiencing a beautiful running vacation, running at 2,400 meters above sea level, altitude training of note. And here we go. There's that start-finish arch as they'll make this very sharp turn and then head down towards the start. There we go. Kudos to our lead biker. The big group now, a mixture of half marathon and marathon runners all running together. The marathon runners will be doing 4 loops, if I'm not mistaken. The half marathon just short of that. From Germany, Laura Hottenrotz is leading the way on 2:26:18. Hannah Lindholm from Sweden. Emily Setlak from Canada. Teresa Omosa from Kenya. Teresa Richova from Anja Schörl from Germany. And there she is, Eva Vutti from Austria. We know her from triathlons. And here she is focusing on the marathon to get herself to the Olympic Games. Talented athlete. And lots of support for Eva throughout Austria to get her to represent the country at the Olympic Games. So very definitely raining it is now, and you can tell that some of the back markers are now starting to get chased down in our half marathon. 38 minutes into the run, and the rain is coming down hard. Makes the surface a little slippery, which means they're going to be a little more tentative, but they are running so far ahead of qualifying pace. Even if they had to just slack off just a little bit, it's not going to make that much of a difference. So the marathon group here, with our ladies marathon group, all chasing that overall qualifying time for the ladies, which is 2 hours, 29 minutes and 30 seconds. This group are doing very, very well. Olympic men's record, 2 hours, 6 minutes, 32 seconds, and women's record, 2:23:07. Today, of course, not about breaking records. Today, about reaching Tokyo in August.
Wieder durchatmen. Wieder frei sein. Wieder beleben. Wieder näher kommen. Endlich wieder Osttirol. Dein Bergtirol.
Dame wäre vor mir, gell? Also ich könnte zu der switchen. Schauen wir mal zur Halbmarathon-Dame, die ist eh noch da vorne irgendwo, oder? Vorne. Den Match, den wir vorher gehabt haben. Da ist sie.
So the word from our sponsors giving us an update, and of course Uwe standing out in the rain giving us an update of what things are like at the moment. Very rainy, very difficult. The red number is our marathon runner, and the black number is the half marathon runner. And these are This is our pacemaker working hard, one of our Austrian Run2Gether athletes working hard to set that pace. Somebody just pop off the course there. Caught a glimpse of Ava Vutti there for a second, a couple of minutes ago, and she chases down her Olympic qualification. 46 minutes in, 46 minutes and 39 seconds. And if we go back just 46 minutes ago when they started, this was a very strong lead out by our Run2Gether pacemaker. And he's pretty much held it together as we head into 47 minutes of running, chasing down those qualifying times. So the gentleman running for Hoka One One from the USA, Cameron Levins, is out front. We do have some information on Cameron and his road to qualify for Tokyo in August. The men's marathon will be on the 8th of August at the Olympic Games, if everything goes well. Cameron out front, though, doing very, very well, representing Canada. As I said, he has a marathon personal best of 2 hours and 9 minutes and 25 seconds. And there you see he's on course for that 2:10. And Joel Melli, one of the pacemakers, running with Jared Shigumo from Poland. And then, of course, Maxime Mizal Carrera's in the mix there as well. In the top 10, Frank Futsalar on pace for just shy of 2 hours, 12 minutes, 38 seconds behind. Not your standard goal of winning today. The goal is qualifying, and qualifying fast enough to get selected to go. And if you consider that the race in Tokyo is in August, that's just a couple of months away, so very late. But that's why this race was put together to help initially the Austrian athletes make their way to the Olympic Games because of the lack of city marathons and qualifying marathons in 2020. And then it was expanded, just like Run2Gether like to do. They like to expanded to include all of those athletes that were fast enough, limited to 200 due to COVID protocols. What a pleasure it is to see these top runners actually racing as they go through one of those time points alongside the S7 expressway on what is essentially a pancake flat course. And at the pace that they're running, which is well below qualifying time. So the Dane was on the screen there for a second. I hope I said his name right. Thijs Nias from Denmark, running the half marathon. His fastest time in February 2019 in Barcelona, 1 hour, 3 minutes and 31 seconds for a half marathon. That's my 5K pace. And he's run a 2:10:57 before in Sevilla, in Spain. And he did that in February last year. So, not mistaken, chasing down the half marathon today. So 1 hour, 3 minutes, 31 is his fastest time. And the Run2Gether pacemakers at the front of each group have done a fantastic job today. With those finish time groups, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 11 minutes. And It's slightly below that, or above that, should I say. And there's that little hill that we spoke about. Not much of a hill, really. A little service road off the expressway that leads them back right up alongside the expressway. Now there's a little looking over the shoulder. And that's our Danish athlete. Is the group still together? Yes, it is. A couple of turning points. Hairpin bend turning points at either end of the course. Rain looks like it's letting up just a little bit at the moment, but I don't think that's worrying them too much. For these athletes, they'll be somewhere near the end of their journey. In fact, I think I see, yeah, it's not far to go now as they're going to go past the start-finish arch, begin to make their way back around. As we said, Thijs Nias's fastest half marathon, 1:03:31. 53 minutes into the racing. Round they go, heading towards that start-finish arch, running very comfortably. They've run on a flat course. It's made it a lot easier. Feel the vibe as they go underneath the arch. Is it mission accomplished soon? There's just a straggling of spectators and volunteers that are out there. Of course, Run2Gether is a volunteer non-profit organization with 180 professional athletes as part of their team now, and elite athletes, one could say, and over 300 sponsors that are assisting them in their bid to support these athletes, and also to give you the opportunity to travel all the way to Kenya to go and 3,400 meters above sea level and go and enjoy a safari in the heart of Africa. Now, the work is being done today. It's all business today. There's no crowds cheering them on, but just a few spectators on the side of the road. There's no mass start at the beginning. None of that vibe. All about just getting that qualification. The road to Tokyo. The last call, as Uwe said. It's now or never. So 17 kilometers in, 17.7 kilometers into the run, and Cameron Levins from the UK, or is it Canada, is in the lead with a estimated race time of 2 hours, 10 minutes and 30 seconds, which would be where for Cameron as far as a personal best is concerned. I think it would be right up there. Yeah, just slightly over his personal best time of 2:09.25, which he set in October 2018. He's done well, Cameron. He's got the race number 3 on his shirt. This is race number 2:07. Leading men in the half marathon, if I'm not mistaken, that group of men heading towards the half marathon finish. Running Club Warsaw is going to be happy with Jared Shigumo, who is in 3rd position now, and also on time for 2 hours, 12 minutes and 4 seconds. Going to have to up the pace a little bit. Standard qualifying time, 2:11.30, so if he wants to get in there, he's going to have to move that pace up. Perhaps he is just saving a little bit for that negative split at the end of the race. 56 minutes through the turnaround, or 55 minutes and 40 seconds through that 17-kilometer mark. Maxime Reino is positioned behind Lengen Lolkuraru, who is one of our Kenyan Run2Gether athletes, chasing down a time of 2:12.04. So 2 men are underneath that 2:11.30, and the rest have all got to run that negative split. They're not quite through halfway on the marathon just yet. They're all going to have to run that negative split. If we head over to the marathon, the half marathon distance, the man on the screen right now representing Denmark, Theis Nias. He's on time to run a 1:02.49, which will be faster than his personal best of 1:03.31. So he's having a great run today, and he has gone through 17.7 kilometers, so not long to go as they make their way around those last couple of turnarounds. And look at this now. He's now left the pacemaker behind, I think. And they're stretching the legs out there just behind him, trying to get a look at that number, 2:01. And that would be Jose Luis Santamarin running alongside Theis. Officially 3rd position, but that has changed since that kilometer marking. He is from Mexico. Jose Luis Santamarin from Mexico en route to 1:02.50. And then, of course, Abdi Hakim Ulad from Denmark is in that group there. So that top 3 group, 2 Danes and a Mexican. Now in the lead, Jose Luis Santamarin takes over the lead as we head towards that hour mark. They're not far away because they've got, well, I'd say about a kilometer or so to go, just under a kilometer to go. And this is going to be an interesting finish between these two, the Danes and the Mexicans, having a bit of a foot race as they wrap up their half marathon and all hunting down their personal best time. Jose Luis is definitely on for a personal best time, and Theis from Denmark looking strong for a personal best time as well. Hopefully we'll switch back to that camera in a bit from now as we join some more of our half marathon runners. Trying to have a look at the number on the lady in this group. She's been up with this group the whole day. For the last hour, she's been running strong with this group. From France, Volker Junot on time for a 1:12, just through 14 kilometers. And then going through 12 kilometers, Christian Steinhammer from Austria on time for a 1:06. In the ladies' race from the Netherlands, Andrea Dijkstra. Race number 3:04, Andrea Dijkstra. She's done very well. She's on time for a 1:13. And she has a 9-second lead over the Swiss Martina Strahl. And then from Lithuanian Athletics Federation, Loretta Kansite. Is she getting a bit cold? Andrea's through 15 kilometers now, a little bit of a climb. bit of assistance being offered there on the sidelines. The pacemaker's saying, come on, stay with me. Let's not get left behind.
Come on.
Through that water point. So some great visuals of the S7 Marathon in the beautiful Styria district in Austria. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, race number 304, which is Andrea Dilstra. Now, she's gone through 17.784 kilometers, which is that timing, Matt. And she's on her way to finishing her half marathon in a time of 1 hour 13. I want to go into her previous best times for you in the half marathon. Unfortunately, I don't have access to that information, but she is running very well and she's on target for that 1:13. She's been chased by the Swiss lady, Martina Strahl, who's also gone through that 17-kilometer mark. And then at the top of the men's race, it is a win for Thijs Nias from Denmark, Jose Luis Santamarin just behind from Mexico, and Abdi Hakim Ulad from Denmark right at the end. Handshaking, smiles. Phenomenal job. 1:02.46 for Thijs. And I think that might be a personal best time for him. Yeah, he has managed to get himself a personal best there. His previous personal best was set in February 2019, 1:03.31. So the man from Denmark getting himself a personal best time of 1:02.46 and taking the win at the S7 half marathon. And now we're going to follow our ladies leader as she makes her way towards that finish line. And she's not far away. Not far to go at all. Andrea Dilstra being chased by Martina Strahl, then Loretta Kanchete, I hope I said that right, from Lithuania. Then it's Michelle Pearson from Australia, from Belgrave, Harriet. But it is a big gap of 1 minute and 23 seconds between first and fourth place as Andrea Dilstra from the Netherlands begins to chase it all the way home. And you can tell the end is near, and the pace is definitely quickened. 1 hour, 4 minutes and 9 seconds, and her estimated time at the current running pace of 3 minutes 28 per kilometer is 1 hour and 13. So about 9 minutes to go with this incredible athlete from the Netherlands chasing down that win here in Styria in Austria. And of course, a flat, fast course. Will this be faster than her personal best? If I had that information, I'd love to share it with you. If you perhaps know, perhaps you can let me know. But Andrea is running really well. She was up with the fast group from word go as we watch our half marathon finishers come across what can only be described as a very, very subdued finish line, thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. But well done to the team from Run2Gether, who not only offer running vacations in an African paradise in Kenya, but also do running training camps in Austria itself. I'll give you more details about that and how you can head over to Austria and go and take part in one of those training camps, which is just full of great camaraderie, great coaching, plenty of nutritional advice, plenty. If you want to be a faster marathon runner, that's the place to go. This is the lady from the Netherlands. She is 16 seconds ahead of Martina Strahl from Switzerland. And she looks as comfortable as anything. Not even in the same camera shot. as she gets up alongside one of her fellow half marathon runners. And well done to our Run2Gether pacemakers who've done a phenomenal job at holding those paces and helping these athletes get through. I don't think there's going to be a foot race to the finish here. 1:06:20 is the race time from our start. And she's on target for a 1:13, which is a more than respectable half marathon time. It's a phenomenal time. Who am I kidding? The group that she was running with now in the background. So now you can imagine that the other ladies are not far behind, but I think she's pretty much got this in the bag. Race number 304, Andrea Dielstra from the Netherlands, running for Athletic Club Heerenveen. Running at 3 minutes 28 a kilometer. Have you heard what 3 minutes 28 looks like? There it is. Michelle Pearson in fourth place in the ladies' race, all the way from Belgrave Harriers, the Australian. Jana Studert from Germany, Deutschland from Berlin Track Club in fifth place. In sixth place, it's Samira Schnuriger from Switzerland. But it is all about the Dutch athlete Andrea Dielstra, who is I would say just a kilometer or so away, maybe just over a kilometer, maybe 1,200 meters from the finish line. And she looks like she's had a good day. A bit of the gritting of the teeth there near the end, trying to hold that pace. 3:28, she's running as full 0.01, or she's running a full second faster than the lady behind her, 16 seconds behind at the last timing point, and Loretta from Lithuania 1:07 behind. And then between first and sixth place in the ladies' race, there is a 5-minute gap. To give you an indication on how well Andrea has run today. Inside that chase group just behind is one of the ladies, just 16 seconds behind, Martina Strahl from Switzerland. Isn't that a beautiful sight? There's the S7 expressway being prepared and under construction on the right-hand side. The service road is what they're using right now. Parts of the expressway done, but parts they're running on the service road right alongside the expressway. And the idea was formed when Austrian athletes were failed or did not have the opportunity to qualify for the Olympic Games. The team at Run2Gether said, no, we need to help them out. One of those athletes is Eva Vutti. So they came up with the idea, let's design a fast and flat course on the S7 expressway. And the idea grew from there to invite athletes from around the world to come and join. All those athletes who not had the opportunity to qualify for the Olympic Games in Tokyo in August, given the opportunity today to go out and get it. Running organizations recognized both in Austria and Kenya, giving them the credentials to host an event like this. Non-profit organization. Big thank you to the partners like Osterol and On Shoes, Run on Clouds. I love my On Shoes. Need a new pair. Kutzbeck, Windows and Doors. Wolbersdorf. And Habau, did I say that right, guys? But a big thank you to the sponsors. Furstenfeld, Asfinag. All of these incredible sponsors, over 300 sponsors supporting the Run2Gether S7 Marathon. And here is your ladies' leader in the half marathon distance, not far away from that finish line, as you'll begin to start hearing the sound of the music and the vibe. And as we said, a very subdued finish line compared to what we're used to. Normally there is a race announcer. There's thousands of fans packing the finish line and cheering these athletes as they complete their run. Not today. This is elite runners only, and a finish arch with a couple of volunteers. Hasn't she had a great run today? An absolute pleasure to watch her run. Maintaining 3 minutes 28 a kilometer. A little grit of the teeth every now and then. Not far to go now. 1 hour 11 in time. We expect her to finish in 1:13. She's just gone past 20.5 kilometers, so less than a kilometer to go. Little turnaround. Cameraman giving us a little view of the well-known forests of the Styria district. And now she's beginning to realize that she's well within that first place finish. And the targets and the goals that we spoke about at the start of the race of the main goal of qualification, and then of course those mini goals of national qualification, which is different. Obviously there'll be a ranking in her country, in the Netherlands, of the athletes who have qualified, not just qualified for selection, but where they rank in that qualification. Hard work for these athletes, and very difficult for them to go through what was meant to be an Olympic year with a postponement, no races, still trying to train, but in many circumstances, lockdown conditions around the world didn't allow for their normal training routines. COVID-19 protocols meant social distancing, meant not the regular access to the coaching and the gym facilities that they would normally use. And a lot of these top elite athletes have done incredibly well, given the circumstances, to keep themselves in the kind of shape where they can run the kind of times that they're running at the moment. And now they've got less than 2 months between now, well, just over 2 months between now and the actual Olympic Games. Somehow they've got to cram in a little bit more training and get themselves peak ready. Some countries have had it slightly easier than others. Here goes our group going through. Some of the other ladies. And well done to our ladies that have gone through that half marathon space. It is Andrea Dijkstra from the Netherlands who wins. We just video footage of that, but we caught Tina Strahl from Switzerland coming in second place. Loretta Kanchete, I hope I'm saying that right, from Lithuania. Probably I'm getting it wrong, please forgive me. 3 minutes 31 a kilometer, finish time of 1 hour 14 minutes and 23 seconds. But our winner in our half marathon in the ladies race, the women's race, Andrea Dijkstra from the Netherlands, who ran an absolutely phenomenal race. We've tracked her pretty much from start to finish, and she ran in 1:13:12, running at 3:28 a kilometer. Michelle Pearson from Australia comes in fourth position. Well done, Michelle. Fantastic job. 1:14, just a minute and 35 behind our winner. And then just behind, rounding out the top five, is Michelle on screen now. And our fifth place lady should be coming through shortly. That would be Jana Studholz from Germany, if I'm not mistaken. She's not far behind. She's about 4 minutes back. And then Samira Schnuriger from Switzerland. Annie Volter from Luxembourg in seventh position on the course at the moment. But the top four, in fourth place, Michelle Pearson running 1:14:47, 1:14:23 for Loretta Kanchete. Martina Strahl from Switzerland running a 1 hour 13, and your winner in the ladies race is Andrea Dijkstra running 1:13 and 12 seconds. Running at a pace of 3 minutes and 28.
Hat die Martina was gesagt? Hat die aufgegeben? Hat sie was gesagt? Nein, nein.
We need to switch our attention back to the marathon for a moment. We've seen the top men finish, top ladies, but let's just go back to the marathon just for a moment and focus on what's going on. An hour and 16 and a half minutes into the race. Cameron Levins from the USA, race number 3 on his shirt. He is running at 3 minutes and 5 seconds a kilometer, on target for a 2:10.40. Remember, 2:11.30 is Olympic qualifying time, and they need to finish below that, 2:11.30, and he's 2:10.40, so he is on the cusp of that. Behind him, Lengen Laukuraru from Kenya. 2:12 is estimated time now, so they need to up the game there. Williams Julajuj Solares from Guatemala, from Team Guatemala, 2:12.05. Going to have to step up the pace. From Poland, Jared Shigumo, who has had a really good run. He has dropped off the pace just a little bit. Arttu Voutilainen from Finland with a projected time of 2 hours 12 minutes. Maxime Relano is in 7th place. Reese Edwards, who is from Australia, I've seen him run before. He's a fantastic athlete. He's in 8th place, but also about 36 seconds off the pace for qualification at the moment. Gonna have to step it up. Then Joel Melly, one of our pacemakers from Run2Gether, in 9th position at the moment, 2:12.17 his predicted time. Valentin Feil from Austria is about a minute off the pace, but finds himself rounding out the top 10. So Valentin is going to have to step it up as we follow Cameron Levins. On my timing, it says USA, but on the bio, it tells me Canada. And Cameron is all on his own now. He's left the pacemakers behind, and he's through 23.5 kilometers. And he is the man that is inside that Olympic qualification at the moment. A reminder that our Olympics for the men, the standard qualification time, 2 hours 11 minutes 30 seconds, and for the women they need 2 hours 29 minutes and 30 seconds to qualify. Cameron is the man who's underneath that projected time at the moment. A lot of these athletes do run negative splits though, so there is still plenty of opportunity for them to qualify. Ladies are doing pretty well though. They're under the qualifying time. Hannah Lindholm is in the lead with Laura Hottenrotz from Germany in 2nd place. She's running at about 3 minutes 30 a kilometer. They're right alongside each other, the Swede and the German athlete. Then about a minute behind is Anja Schell from Germany, also inside that qualifying time, that overall qualifying time for the ladies of 2:29.30. Anna-Marie McGlynn from Ireland is just outside. 2:30 is her predicted time. Teresa Hrachova from the Czech Republic. 2 hours 30 is her predicted time, running at 3:33 a kilometer. Then our Kenyan runner, Teresa Omosa from Run2Gether. He's also in that group, and in the group as well, Jana Manazonova from Kazakhstan. And then from the Netherlands, Ruth van der Meyen in 8th place. Eva Vutti from Austria is also struggling to get that time. Come on, Eva. And there are many Austrians that are supporting Eva today, saying, come on, you can do it. And then from Lithuania, it is Monika Baitotueni. That's your top 10 in the ladies' race. So the ladies, we've got 3 that are close to Olympic qualification time. And everybody else is around about 40 seconds to a minute off that qualification time. So there's going to be a lot of hard work for the ladies. But remembering at the halfway point that a lot of these athletes do negative split. Negative split, of course, is running the second half of the marathon faster than they ran the first half. So there is a strong possibility that they will run that negative split. Can they make up the time though? Through 21 kilometers, through halfway, so they've just got under halfway to go. And they are chasing that overall qualification of 2 hours 30 minutes. Cameron Levins, though, is the man from Canada leading the way and running all on his own at the moment, making our lead biker work really hard. Thank you to the volunteers, the Run2Gether volunteers, keeping the horses dry as they possibly can. But this is the man from Canada. Although on the timing it gives me USA, it's kind of an important detail. Need to figure this out. 1 hour and 22 minutes into his run. Cameron has run pretty fast in the past. If we go and have a look at his fastest marathon time, 2:09:25 is what he ran in October 2018 in Canada. That's his personal best at the moment. He is outside his personal best. .2:10:33 is estimated time at the moment. 2:09:25, there it is, for his fastest time. And he definitely represents Canada. He's a talented athlete. And he's running really well today. So there's Hanna Lindholm on screen now from Sweden in second place, 2 minutes behind the leader. But Hanna is on target for 2:28, which is qualifying time for her. So Hanna doing so well. On your screen now, that is the top 10 with Ava Butti in 9th place on target for 2:31. That is too slow. She's going to have to pick up the pace on that. Emily Setlak is the lady from Canada leading the way at the moment. So we got two Canadians leading in the marathons. And Hanna Lindholm, who you have on screen right now, is in second place. But she's on target for that Olympic qualifying. And behind you can see the orange and black from the Run2Gether pacemakers doing a great job. Great job. They've been pacing so well. They've done their job today. Well done, Run2Gether. The S7 Marathon from the Styria district of Austria. Graz is the capital of this district. A historic venue. It was meant to be home to an Ironman 70.3 race last year.
Und das wird sich hier auch nicht mehr ändern vor Ort hier. Wir haben momentan eine relativ gute Laufzeit. Wir haben gesehen, Cam Levines, der ist sensationell unterwegs. Der kann diese olympische Norm auf jeden Fall schaffen, aber wir werden sehen, ob es die anderen auch schaffen. Die deutschen Damen und auch die Schwedin, die hier momentan das Frauenfeld anführen, die sind unterwegs Richtung 2:27:30, 2:27:40. Vor allem für die Deutsche muss da noch ein bisschen was dran. Kilometer ab jetzt 3-4 Sekunden schneller, dass sich das ausgehen kann. Valentin Pfeil von der österreichischen Seite ist auch noch unterwegs in Richtung dieser 2:11:30, aber alleine unterwegs. Wir hier vor Ort, wir sehen es, leichter Regen, immer noch alle Trikots von den Läuferinnen und Läufern komplett durchnässt. Aber zumindest hat der Regen leicht nachgelassen. Wir haben hier bei unserem Turning Point 1 relativ wenig Wind. Das hier so einmal die Ortsbeschreibung. Die Stimmung, und das kann man sagen, hier vor Ort ist zumindest sensationell. Jeder hält hier wirklich zusammen mit den Athleten, die unterstützen sich, die klatschen hier füreinander, das funktioniert hier wirklich alles wunderbar. Wir sind hier gleich wieder zurück bei der Übertragung hier beim S7-Marathon nach der Werbepause mit euren Kommentatoren.
So, following our Canadian leader, 1 hour and 29 minutes into the S7 Marathon, hosted by the beautiful people from Run2Gether. If you don't know much about Run2Gether, let me share some information about these incredible people that has put together a voluntary profit organization to assist the Kenyan professional athletes, and also to give you the opportunity to go and train in some of the most unique locations in the world. One of them is in the heart of Africa, in Kenya, where you can go and train at an altitude of 2,400 meters above sea level and experience the beauties of Kenya. The athletes will have a running week. They'll have social activities in Kenya, safaris and the like, and also get trained by these incredible Kenyan athletes that assist. But in 2008, with the Kenyan athletes, they now have 180 members and over 300 sponsors of the sponsorship program. During the pandemic, the worst of the pandemic in 2020, they did their best to support these athletes financially, but unfortunately, money is tight. So if you're wanting to know more about how you can go and run in the hills of Kenya with the best runners, best marathon runners in the world, then head over to Run2Gether, the number 2, then gether.com, and you can find out more. They also offer opportunities to go and train in Austria at altitude, and you can hang out with the chairman, Thomas, as well as Jeffrey Ndungu from Kenya. and go and do that running week, that training week in some of the higher altitudes in Austria to be a part of it. So run2gether.com is where you want. So Cameron Levins leads the way, running at about 3 minutes and 5 seconds a kilometer. He's on time for a 2 hour, 10 minutes, 33 second finish time. So about 40 minutes, or about just under 40 minutes from now. And he is well within that Olympic qualification, but now he's walking. Hang on, did we say it a little too fast? Did we do the commentator's curse, which sometimes happens? Somebody chasing up alongside him, and we're going to have to switch over here and try and get a front angle view to find out what's going on there. Cameron Levins, who's been doing so incredibly well, has had to walk for a bit. What is that? What has caused that? So many variables. And the longer the distance that they run, the more of those variables play into it. But he is substantially ahead through 29.5 kilometers of the closest man behind him, which is Lengen Lokuraru from Kenya, and then Joel Meli, one of our Run2Gether athletes, also in the mix there, with Williams Solares from Guatemala. In fourth position, Jared Shigumo from Poland, who's been in that top 5 pretty much the whole day. Cameron, what's happening? Just a little walk there. Are we reading too much into it? Perhaps we are. A little climb there. Cameron Levins now through 30 kilometers on the run, running on a pace of 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Valentin Feil is aiming at 2:13:01 and hopeful for an Olympic qualifying time. I think we may have misread the pictures there. Perhaps the bike was behind Valentin. I think it was too, yes. Valentin is having to push hard. He's about 2 minutes outside of qualifying time at the current pace that he's running. And he's gone through 27 kilometers, so he's got a little bit of work to do, as you can see the hill and the last little climb to that turnaround point. But it's not too much of a hill for these guys. That wouldn't be a hill, it'd be a bump. The race number 1 on the shirt. Switching between the men's and women's marathon now, with the half marathon done and dusted. Great results in our half marathon, and Olympic qualification times are the sights for these athletes as they hunt down. In the men's race, you're looking for that 2:11:30, and the women's race is just shy of 2:29:30 is the standard qualifying time for the men's and ladies race. It'd be great if our camera could get out front. Yeah, just to confirm, is this Valentin? Of course, the race initially put together to assist Austrian athletes who had not had the opportunity to race, and hence not had the opportunity to qualify for Tokyo. And it grew from there to include other elite athletes, limited to 200 from around the world, give them an opportunity to have a go. So Valentin from Austria, Valentin Feil, 2:13 his current pace. He's a minute 33 behind the leader, Cameron Levins from Canada, and Lengen Lokuraru from Kenya, and Williams Solares from Guatemala. Maxime Relinal is on target for 2 hours 12 minutes at his current pace, but the man on the screen is the man who's walking. That's the Austrian hope. Hannah Lindholm from Sweden in the lead at the moment, in a group amongst the two Run2Gether pacemakers. Two gentlemen running alongside her. She's running a 3 kilometer, doing well. She's got 1 minute and 6 seconds over Anna Scherl from Germany. But Hannah, very focused as well. The sunglasses are on. It's been cold and wet pretty much most of the morning on this fast flat course along the S7 expressway, and the lead biker needs to up the tempo. And now I think we are back with Cameron Levins. Similar looking running style to Valentine. Cameron's been leading pretty much from word go, from the start gun, running for Team Hoka One, running at 3 minutes and 5 seconds a kilometer, 1 hour 37 minutes into his race. Cameron Levins, representing Canada, is inside qualification. The only man estimated time for now that is inside Olympic qualification. So a lot of hard work to be done. And this is 30 kilometers of running done. So 10 kilometers to go. 11.95. And his current position, the 30 kilometer mark, was a little while back. So where he is at the moment, he is somewhere near 10 Ks of running left to go as we celebrate running coming back. Professional athletes having a chance and elite athletes having a chance to get out there. Hannah Lindholm from Sweden is our leading lady. Emily Setlak was doing so well and has now fallen off the pace from Canada. She is from Ontario. Emily, what has happened? And whenever you look at the visuals and you look at the timing information and you begin to see a picture develop with Ava Wutti from Austria now moving into 7th place, and that'll make the Austrian supporters very, very happy, but she's still just outside that qualification time. She's going to have to work really hard in the last 15 kilometers or so. Luckily 15 kilometers is plenty of time, but we're also 26 Ks down. We've run 26 already. Raining again now. Wet road conditions. From Sweden, Hannah Lindholm. My friends Bjorn and the like in Sweden. Your lady is well within qualification. 2 hours 30 is the standard qualifying time. And this young Swede, well, she's running at a 3:30 pace. She's held that pace while the others have dropped off the pace. 3 minutes 30 per kilometer, 2 hours 28:11. So if she can keep going, she's going to get that qualifying time, which is what the goal was. The most important goal. And then, of course, the next goal, which is to get a ranking up in her country. So Ruth van der Meyen from the Netherlands has a marathon personal best set in 2021 on the 18th of April of 2:29 and 30 seconds. Let's have a look at Anna Scholl's bio information. Marathon best time set in 2016 in Hamburg of 2:27 and 50 seconds. And she's in second place at the moment, running just inside that qualifying time, 2:29.56, 3 minutes 33 a kilometer. From Regensburg, Anna Scholl. And the Kenyans have reason to be excited. Teresia Omosa is on the cusp of qualification there. Teresa Herchova from Czech Republic, just outside. And then from Kazakhstan, Shana Mamazanova.
We want to be fast as high. Do you want to feel the speed of Kenyan runners? Come with us. We will give you all secrets and tips of Kenyan runners. It doesn't matter how fast you are, we make you faster. Come with us for training in cars. Let's see us in cars.
So the pacemakers from Run2Gether doing a fantastic job of running with our ladies leader at the moment. And representing Sweden, Hannah Lindholm is the leading lady, running at 3 minutes 31 a kilometer. For the ladies to qualify, they need to complete the course at an average of 3:33, 3 minutes 33 per kilometer to get to that qualifying time. That's standard qualifying time. And the qualifying times for these athletes, for the men it's 2:11 and 30. for the marathon. For the ladies, 2:29 and 30 seconds. The pressure is on. Hannah doing a great job of managing that pressure and running with two incredible pacemakers. Our two Run2Gether pacemakers gave you an idea of their profile earlier on in the day. And these are very talented runners, all part of the Run2Gether project. Hannah Lindholm from Sweden running 3:31 now. 2:28.37 underneath that qualifying time of 2:30. So it's about a minute of a safety gap. She is leading the S7 by Run2Gether from the Styria district in Austria. I had the privilege of traveling to Austria quite a few times to Niederösterreich, to St. Pölten. It was great to be in such a phenomenal country. Can't wait for the COVID restrictions to be done. Running alongside two of our pacemakers. Let me see if I can have our pacemaker that are race side Hannah. These are the guys that you will train with when you head over to Kenya on a running vacation, alongside taking safaris and community projects and projects. You'll also be trained and running with. You want to head over to run.com. Broadcast team have done a phenomenal job today. It's some very cold and wet conditions. This is the S7 Marathon, the marathon designed to assist for the last call to Tokyo. Hannah Lindholm is our leader from Sweden. From Kenya, Teresa Omosa in second place. From the Czech Republic, Teresa Harchova and Jana Manamazonova from Kazakhstan. Anya Scherl from Germany, who was in second place, has now dropped down to fifth place. Esma Aydemir from Turkey has made her way up into sixth. Eva Vutti from Austria outside that qualifying time. She needs to work harder. It's going to be tough though. Fadine Çelik from Turkey in ninth. Brig Connolly from Ireland, in ninth place. Another runner from Turkey in eighth position. And completing the top 10 in the women's race is Kirgitya from Lithuania. Brie Connolly's having a good run now. Got her pace down to 3:45. Eva Vutti is just literally 3 seconds a kilometer away from where she needs to be. And if you are Austrian, you are supporting Eva. Jana Manamazonova from Kazakhstan in fourth place, running very well, right on the cusp of qualification, 2:33. Anya Scherl, who was in second place for quite some time from Germany, having dropped back. Down she goes to fifth place. In the business end now of the men's race, through 35.2 kilometers, Cameron Levins from Canada, representing Team Hoka One One, is running 2:10:26, a minute faster than that necessary qualifying time. Each of the athletes have come here with a target. Each of them have come with a goal. As we said earlier today, winning is not necessarily what they're chasing. This is Jared Shigomo from Poland. He's on 2:13:08 estimated finishing time, running at 3:09 a kilometer. So just on 3 or 4 seconds slower than he needs to be. Maxime is a strong runner, though. He has a marathon personal best of 2 hours 14, so he's on target to break that personal best. That was set in April this year in Siena, in Italy. Back with Hannah Lindholm, our ladies leader at the moment, with the 2 pacemakers running alongside. I was trying to find you some more info on these pacemakers. One of them is Kipkorir Birir, race number 52, representing Run2Gether. And running alongside him is Philemon Maritim from Kenya. So it is Philemon and Kipkorir running with Hannah Lindholm from Sweden, keeping the pace together. 3:31 per kilometer is what they're running. That was their job. That's what they've been told to do, and she is wisely staying with them. And in the process of staying with them, she's managed to build up over 1 minute and 17 seconds lead. Picture in picture, our men's leader, Cameron Levins, representing Canada. He's been on his own for quite some time, and through 35 kilometers, has a 2 minutes 15 second lead over Jared Shigomo from Poland, the man in second place, who, as we said, has a personal best of 2:14. And if Jared keeps going the way he's going now, he will get to 2:13. But he needs 2:11 and 30 seconds for that standard qualifying time. And then, of course, it's the ranking in his own country. Where does he rank? How many positions are available to go to the Olympic Games for his country? Cameron is on target. Beautiful picture there of our men's leader from Canada and our Swedish ladies leader running with those 2 fantastic Kenyan athletes. Want to know more about them? Please go to run2gether.co.com. I always gave you the South African address, run2gether.com. You'll find out more about these 140 elite athletes that are part of this program, a non-profit organization that has 3 main goals. Competitive sport, running vacations, and social projects in Kiambogo, in Kenya. The running vacations, of course, is how you can get involved. The social projects are making a difference in Kiambogo. And if you go onto the website, you'll see the running track they've set up, the facilities that they've built. It just looks amazing. And the representative from Kenya is Jeffrey Yukuni Ndungu. So representing Moldova, Maxime Railinu. Running with him, the athlete from Poland, Personal best inside that qualifying time. Yared Shugumo. Both of them running at 3 minutes and 9 seconds a kilometer. 3:05 is what's happening up the road in front of them with this man. And he was right up there from the start, literally. From the very start of the race, he was right up there. And this is how the ranking is at the moment. From Canada, Cameron Levins. From Poland, Yared Shugumo. From Moldova, Maxim Relano. From Finland, Arttu Voutilainen. Reese Edwards from Australia, that I've seen run in South Africa before. Williams Solares from Guatemala. Nuno Lopez from Portugal in 7th. From Peru, it's... they've taken it off the screen. But I can tell you. Christian Kulon, 9th place from Poland. Wojciech Brzezinski. And from Kenya, rounding out the top 10, Joel Melly, who is pacemaking right at the front. Hannah Lindholm rather. She's inside that 3 minutes 30 per kilometer. .331. So if you're Swedish, you can be proud. Leading by 1 minute and 16 seconds through the last timing point, running alongside our two amazing Kenyan pacemakers from Run2Gether. A little stretch out of the arm there. And Hannah has gone through 32.3 kilometers. And that was a while ago. Let's go to Uwe.
Wir sind jetzt hier im Ziel, direkt nach dieser Marathonstrecke 42,1. Informationen zu Eva habe ich hier persönlich auch noch nicht erhalten, aber wir haben vorher schon während des Rennens von ihr gesehen, die hat gebissen, wie sie hier vorbeigekommen ist, nach der 25 Kilometer Marke schon in etwa, da war nichts Gutes dran. Auch wir sind jetzt gerade hier mit dem Motorrad zum Ziel gekommen, das sind diese letzten 7 Kilometer, dieser Teilabschnitt, auch da war nichts von Eva Wutti in Aussicht. Valentin Pfeil haben wir gesehen, der ist schon mit diesem Schutzmantel, mit diesem Wärmemantel zurückgegangen zu seinem Betreuer, hat als Rennen also circa bei Kilometer 30 in etwa wahrscheinlich aufgeben müssen. Momentan sehen wir es hier hinten, 1 Stunde 58 sind wir unterwegs und der Einzige, der hier wirklich noch auf Kurs ist, Olympialimit zu laufen, ist Cameron Levines und das von vorne weg von Anfang an. Momentan 9 bis 10 Grad, es regnet fast aus Kübeln, wie wir in Österreich sagen, oder aus Strömen hier natürlich. Ganz schwierige Verhältnisse für die Athleten. Man spürte auch hier am letzten Teilstück auf diesen letzten 7 Kilometern sehr, sehr starker Wind auch für die Athleten, also wirklich keine einfachen Verhältnisse hier beim S7-Marathon. Man muss aber sagen, die Strecke, die ist eigentlich sehr, sehr schnell. Vor allem diese letzten 7 Kilometer sind fantastisch. Da kann man wirklich einiges rausholen. Nur heute scheint das Wetter einfach nicht zu stimmen. Zurück zu euch.
Ja, danke, Uwe. Just reminding the athletes of those standard qualifying times that they need to be reaching. 2:11:30 for the men, 2:29:30 for the ladies, or for the women. And this is second and third place running together at the moment. It's Poland and Moldova. Maxim Relano and Yared Shugumo from Running Club Warsaw running alongside each other. 2:13:08 is their predicted time, so they're outside of that Olympic qualifying time. And do they have enough? They've got 11 minutes to complete the last, when they've gone through 35 kilometers. 11 minutes. It's going to be a tough ask. The man who is leading the way, though, is Cameron Levins from Canada. He's gone through 38.115 kilometers as measured by our timing company. Thank you. And so have Yared and Maxime. They've just gone past that 38-kilometer mark. So work it out. 42 or 41.195 or 0.95 is what they need to get to. And they've got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get there. Now's the hard work. So conservatively under 4 kilometers to go. And 10 minutes. Just over 10 minutes to get there. They must know this. Going through their mind right now is not taking a win or a finishing position, but getting to that qualifying time. As Moldova and Poland run side by side. Rhys Edwards from Australia just behind them. He's about 10 seconds behind them. We go back to our ladies leader at the moment, Hannah Lindholm, and she is inside that qualifying time. But have a look at Teresa Harchova. She is literally 40 seconds off qualification. So is Jana from Kazakhstan and Teresaya Omosa from Kenya. Anya's in there as well. Esma Aydemir from Turkey has a little bit more work to do. But Hannah Lindholm is in that group, or is in that qualification, but the group chasing her, and that's where the action's going to come from, is the ones behind her. Teresa Harchova, Jana Mamazanova, and Teresaya Omosa all have, as well as Anja Schürtel from Germany, all are within striking distance. In the men's race, one man is a minute below qualifying, and then the two behind, well, they've got some work to do. 2 hours, 2 minutes, 49 seconds. Cameron Levin is the man that leads the S7 Marathon, hosted by Run2Gether, non-profit organization that needs you to get involved. So go to run2gether.com to find out more. Cameron has run a 2:09 before, so he has run fast enough in 2018. Cameron Levin is the man that is leading the men's race and has done for a very long time. He was in that start group right at the front, the pace group that went out quick, and he stayed there. But now he's outrun his pacemaker and is looking good, representing Canada, 2:10. So his current pace is below his personal best, which he ran 3 years ago, but it is within qualification time. And taking on some of his hydration now, just to keep the muscles fueled for the last couple of kilometers to go. And it literally is around the corner, just before the finish line, as you see the beautiful Styria district in the background and construction of this S7 expressway, which has given us the opportunity to have a fast and flat course. And it's some of the prize giving now for our half marathon. Well done to our half marathon podium. And as you can say, again, it is a very, very, very subdued podium, but congratulations to these amazing athletes as well. Back with Cameron Levins now. I see the afro has been trimmed a little bit. Proudly Canadian. Running for Hoka One One, the club. This is your men's leader on target for that Olympic qualification, which is more important, I would say, than the win. The win is always great, of course. He's running at 3:05, which is right on the cusp of that qualification, of getting to that 2:11:30. Using the roads, almost like a Formula One driver there. And the lead bikers are alongside him. A bit of encouragement from some of our lovely Austrians on the sidelines, and a big thank you to our volunteers that have helped make today possible. Thank you to our production team as well for their excellent coverage of this race course. This is probably the best I've worked with. So thank you guys. Thanks for your hard work. So 5 minutes to make it inside the Olympic qualifications. Big thanks to Run on Clouds, On Shoes, for their sponsorship and their involvement and help making this possible. Hannah Lindholm leads the ladies' race. William Solares has got himself in the mix there in second place. Maxime Relenot in third place at the moment, but this is the man. This is the one we're all going to be talking about. Cameron Levins leads the S7 Marathon, brought to you by Run2Gether, with an estimated finish time of 2:10:25, so less than 3 minutes from the finish line. And our lead biker encouraging him. Well done, Cameron. It has been hard work today. It has not been an easy day to go out and run. Even though the course is very flat and very fast, it has been a lot of hard work. Some rain, cold conditions, slippery road surface, which has got to make a difference. You know, when you're running at this pace, your footing is very important. One false move and an injury, and that's it, you're done. So he's worked hard for this, and he's been out on his own for quite some time. Now almost 2 minutes and 43 seconds ahead of the two chasing him behind. Now that is going to be very interesting to watch them as they make their way through the final kilometers. Final 3 and a bit kilometers or so that they need. They are outside of the qualifying time for the Olympic Games. It looks like Cameron, though, is going to get in there. Arttu Voittalainen from Finland in 5th place. Rhys Edwards in 4th place. Nuno Lopez from Portugal in 7th place. 2:16 is his expected finish time. Christian Coulon in 8th place. 9th place is Wojciech Brzezinski from Poland. From Belgium, Philippe Verkruise in 10th place, rounding out the top 10. For the Austrians, unfortunately, well, not going quite as planned. With Valentin Feil, the man that everyone was hoping would do well today, he's unfortunately slowed down to 3:15 a kilometer. Cameron Levins, though, is the man that everybody's focused on as he heads to the last few meters and an Olympic qualification. And do you think that message is now starting to dawn? He's got a minute and 25 seconds to get to that qualification time. And Cameron Levins from Canada comes through the finish line in a time of 2 hours and 10 minutes and 16 seconds and qualifies for Tokyo 2021. Congratulations to your men's winner, running at a solid 3 minutes and 5 seconds for the entire marathon, and 2 hours 10 seconds, or 2 hours 10 minutes and 14 seconds actually, and qualifying for the Tokyo Olympic Games. And if we could get, oh, watch that, good thing you had a helmet on. If we could get a camera view of Cameron. We need to try and chat to him. I see Uwe is running over to try and get a word in there. And hopefully we can catch a chat with the man who's qualified.
Cam Leweins ist jetzt mittlerweile hier schon im Ziel, aber wir sehen natürlich, die Athleten entfernen sich hier. Die Athleten entfernen sich natürlich hier sofort vom Zielbereich, denn hier ist es sehr kalt. Die wollen natürlich alle sofort hier zurück in die Busse. Und wir sehen Cam Leweins hier im Hintergrund. Ich glaube, der ist ziemlich fertig. Aber mit einer super Zeit locker das Olympialimit unterboten um circa 80 Sekunden. Alleine mehr oder weniger ein Sololauf. Wir schauen mal hin, ob der schon bereit ist für ein kurzes Gespräch. Cam, man, can you give us a first impression how the race was maybe? Can you tell us?
Well, I felt good out there, but just tough, a lot of that by myself. But, you know, I knew I had to do whatever it took to run the time I needed to, and it happened today.
Your time was around 2:10 and 20 or 2:10:15 around. Did you expect something like this, and give us an impression of how the last 10 and 15 kilometers were?
Well, I think we were supposed to go at around 2:09 pace, so pacers were taking me a little bit slow, and so I knew I had to come back quick, or at least hold it together. And so, I mean, I felt pretty strong, but just tough finish still.
How was conditions like? How are your fingers doing? How are your legs doing at the moment?
I'm soaked through for sure. Definitely a wet day out there, but it doesn't really matter. You got to get it done no matter what.
Thank you so much, man, and congratulations once again. We're going to see you later at the victory ceremony. Ja, Cam Leweins gewinnt heute souverän den Marathon und der Zweite ist auch gleich im Ziel, deshalb zurück kurz zu den Kommentatoren.
Brilliant. Thank you, Uwe. Great chat with Cameron there. Definitely from Canada. No question about it. The man in second place, Jared Shugumo from Poland, from Running Club Warsaw, is outside of that Olympic qualification time. Heartbreaking for him as far as his Olympic goals go, but fantastic result nonetheless, running a very respectable time. And I'm just trying to see what his personal best time is as we go and see whether or not he's actually up that time. And you heard there from Cameron what we've been saying as we welcome home the second man across the finish line in our S7 Marathon, 2:13 plus change, coming through in second place. And well done to him coming through and finishing in second place with a time of 2:13:20. Rhys Edwards managed to get himself into third position at the finish line, representing Australia, 2:13:24. And then it is Arttu Voutilainen from Finland coming through. Maxime Renau dropping down to fifth place in the last couple of kilometers there, 2:13 and 40 seconds. Cameron Levens from Canada taking the win there by 3 minutes and 6 seconds. And most importantly for Cameron, qualifying for the Tokyo Olympic Games. One has to feel for the athletes that are here in second place downwards, missing out on that overall qualification time by just minutes away from missing their qualification times. Looks like we're back to Uwe.
Wir sind hier wieder, jetzt haben wir gerade gesehen, 5 Athleten auf einmal ins Ziel gekommen nach circa 2 Stunden und 13 Minuten. Und wir sehen sie auch hier gleich alle direkt in die Kälteverpflegung hinüber. Es ist natürlich sehr, sehr kalt hier momentan. Wie gesagt, 9 Grad, es regnet in Strömen. Alle sind hier komplett fertig. Die Ergebnisse sind natürlich dann auch online und werden euch immer von den Kommentatoren direkt verkündet. Aber wir sehen es, die Athleten komplett durchgenässt. Es ist eiskalt wirklich. Jeder bekommt sofort hier die Wärmedecken und was hier vor Ort natürlich auch geleistet wird von den Einsatzkräften, ist absolut sensationell. Die sind natürlich auch seit 2,5, 3 Stunden hier unterwegs in strömenden Regen, die Fahrzeugfahrer. Hinten sehen wir gleich wieder die Autobusse, die Athleten direkt wieder in die Bubble zurück, in die Hotels bringen, wo sie natürlich untergebracht werden, dass es hier natürlich alles Corona-konform und pandemiebedingt richtig abläuft. Ja, das waren die nächsten Zieleinläufe hier nach circa 2 Stunden und 13 Minuten. Jetzt schauen wir dann gleich wieder hinaus auf die Strecke, denn im Damenrennen, da geht es schon noch um was. Zurück zu euch.
Yeah, so the man on the screen there, race number 22, Arttu Voutilainen in 4th place. 2:13. 2:11:30 was what they needed. We now switch our attention to the ladies' race, and the lady well within that qualifying time. Remember, they need to run a qualifying time for the Olympic Games of 2:29:30, and she is on target, Hannah Lindholm, to run 2:29:17. So she has about a minute and a bit to play with. She's running alongside those two phenomenal pacemakers from Run2Gether. I can give you their names in a second. It is Kipkorir Birir running with Philemon Maritim, the two pacemakers that have helped Hannah Lindholm from Sweden to keep the pace that she's been keeping of 3 minutes and 32 seconds now. So 1 second slower per kilometer, but well within reach. She's gone through 38 kilometers. And how good is that from the Czech Republic? Teresa Herchova in second position, with Zhana Mazanova in third place from Kazakhstan. Teresia Amosa in fourth place. They are just outside of that qualifying time. You can see 8 seconds for Teresa Herchova from the Czech Republic is what she needs to make up in these last few kilometers. Can she do it? Zhana Mamanazova in third place is, she is just round about 10 seconds outside of Olympic qualification time. Little bit difficult in the end, and it's so good that we got to speak to Cameron, because he was talking about the cold, talking about the wet, talking about the last few kilometers and how hard it's been. He had to run it on his own, which makes it even tougher. Our leading lady, though, has these two phenomenal pacemakers from Run2Gether, keeping her company to make sure that she can maintain her pace. Slightly easier, but not easy, to say the least. It is a hard work out there. It is cold. It is rainy. At this point, you probably can't feel your fingers or your toes, and you're having to work extremely hard to maintain the pace that you're doing right now. She's into the last few kilometers now of her run as she heads towards a 2 hour 29 and 17 seconds finish time, which is underneath that 2 hour qualification time, 2:29:30. So she's just inside that now. So she has slowed going through the last timing point to just inside 13 seconds is the gap that she's got, and she's going to have to up the pace. Do you think she would know that, given the information available to her right now while she's running? All she's got is the pacemakers alongside her and the probably the wristwatch on her arm, giving her an indication of where she is. But she really has got to keep this pace going. 8 seconds outside qualification is Teresa from the Czech Republic, and Zhana is just 10 seconds outside that qualification pace. So it's touch and go as we go into the final few kilometers of this race. As I say good morning to Sophie, thank you so much for tuning in. Great to get a message from you as well. So it is the S7 Marathon, brought to you by Run2Gether, this incredible organization that organizes running vacations in Kenya, where you can go and train with some of the best Kenyan athletes at an altitude of 2,400 meters above sea level and become a better runner. And it's not just for the elite runners, it's for anyone who wants to be a better runner. You can go along. Also, they do host running weeks in some of the higher altitudes of Austria. So if you don't get to go to Africa, you can go to Austria and go and join them there with the team of Kenyan runners. If anyone can teach you how to run marathons and half marathons faster, it is the guys from Kenya. So the last couple of kilometers now, 2 hours, 19 minutes and 44 seconds is where we are now. And remember, she's got 2:29:30 to qualify. So she is on the cusp, and it's now going to be a lot of hard work. And it looks like behind her, it looks like one of those ladies is catching up really fast. So things have changed from the last marker to where we are now. Teresa Herchova from Czech Republic, race number 118. And I'm trying to get a look at who that is behind. And right with her is Zhana Mamazanova from Kazakhstan. And I would assume that these three ladies have now come back together as they chase that 10 minutes and 10 seconds that they've got to get to the finish line. And the last little bit does include that service road, which includes a little uphill, raining pretty solidly. Have a look at the road surface. That'll give you an idea of the drops that are falling. And all three ladies look like they're all back together now. It was quite a big gap just a little while ago through 35 kilometers. It was close on a minute. But the ladies behind her, running just on her pace at the moment, have moved up close together. And now just about a few seconds to go between them as we watch them make their way through the final yards of this race. The final few kilometers, it looks like we may have actually had a change in leadership there. Trying to see that number. Is that 111? Could that be Jana from Kazakhstan? It is the blue of Kazakhstan. The blue of Astana in there. And it looks like Teresa Harchova is in third place with Hannah Lindholm, who's been leading for absolute ages, dropping it a second. And Jana Mamazanova in third place is now looked like she's taken the lead. Wow. This is going to be a very exciting finish. They've got under 9 minutes to get to the finish line to qualify for Tokyo. This is the last call, as Uwe said this morning, the last call for Tokyo Olympic Games. And trying to get a view, it looks like we've definitely had a change of leader. 118 is Teresa Herchova. I would think she's in third position. Then you can see Hannah Lindström in the black just in front of her. And it is the lady from Kazakhstan, Jana Mamazanova, who is now in the lead and heading towards a qualification if she can get through the next 7 minutes at the pace that she's going now. Definitely from Kazakhstan. And she is on a mission. What an exciting finish we have to the ladies' race, where Hannah Lindholm was leading the way pretty much all the way. The pacemakers have now picked up the pace and said, right, you're the leader, let's go. And the young lady from Kazakhstan is now starting to open a little bit of a gap, coming from third position to take the lead. And Hannah Lindholm has dropped back with the lady from Czech Republic, Teresa Herchova, in third place. They're now starting to stretch the stride. Have a look at this. This is very exciting. You can sense the urgency. Again, the win is not necessarily what they're going for. What they're going for is that Tokyo Olympic Games qualification. That's the effort that they're putting in. And this is the man on the big screen, race number 56, who's been pacemaking at the front of the ladies' race alongside his compatriot. And he knows now he's got work to do if he wants to help this young Kazakh athlete achieve her goal of qualifying for the Olympic Games, getting a standard time of 2 hours, 29 minutes and 30 seconds. The urgency is massive. Have a look at that. It's no longer just normal marathon pace now. The leg cadence, the pace, the speed of those steps is increasing as they go through the last couple of kilometers to get to that finish line. They've got 6 minutes, under 6 minutes to get that qualification in. This is going to be quite a finish as they chase down the road, the final call to Tokyo Olympic Games. It is Jana Mamazanova from Kazakhstan who has now moved into the lead. And I can tell you, I have a lot of friends in Kazakhstan, been there quite a few times, and they must be jumping up and down in their seats right now as they watch our pacemaker lead her through the last of these kilometers. Having a look at the watch in the small screen there, you can see Teresa Herchova just checking that watch to say, where am I? Can I do this? Can I push through this? And this is where the top elite athletes gain the advantage. It's the heart. It's not just about the body. Most of these athletes can run distances at great pace and get phenomenal times. But to get to your goal, you've got to have the mind of a champion. And that's what we're seeing from our top three ladies now, particularly the ones who were in second and third. They've had to work so hard to catch up with Hannah from Sweden, and they've now gotten to her. And the young lady from Kazakhstan has moved into the lead, and she is chasing. Boy, is she chasing. And she's got round about 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get to that finish line. How fast is that for her? She's just over a kilometer, you would imagine. And boy, is she picking up the pace now. But have a look at Teresa as well. The legs beginning to stretch. The pacemaker's watching her saying, all right, what do you want to do? the pacemaker from Run2Gether, the Kenyan athlete, will go at any pace she wants to go. So if she wants to go faster, he'll pick it up to make sure that she gets through in that Olympic qualification time. But the story of the day is Jana Mamazanova from Kazakhstan, who was in third position, has now passed Hanna Lindholm from Sweden to take the lead and open up a gap. And they're all watching their watches now. Look at this. There's another one of our awesome athletes, one of the men's elites running alongside her. He knows that his qualification goal is done, but he's going to stay with this young Kazakh athlete to get her to the finish line. What a moment this is to watch. And then, of course, we've got Teresa Herchova, who is now chasing so hard. Where is Hanna Lindholm, though? Where is she in respect to these athletes? We're trying to see. There she is, just behind. She has now dropped back into third place. So first and second is now Jana Mamazanova and Teresa Herchova. And you've got to feel for Hanna Lindholm. She's done all the hard work through to the last kilometer of the race, and now she's having to trace as hard as she can to keep up with these runners. What an exciting finish. Not just chasing a win, but chasing an Olympic qualification. Less than 3 minutes to go. 2:29:30 is the ladies' qualification time, and they know this, and so do their pacemakers. Trying to get a look at the faces of these two athletes in the front here. Both of them are looking like they're giving it everything they have, which if you're going to represent your country at the Olympic Games, that is what's required of you. On a day like today, in the Styria district in Austria, at the S7 Marathon, which was designed to help athletes achieve that Olympic qualification, it's all down to the last 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It's all down to this. This is where they're going to have to work now. Do you have enough in the heart? Is there enough in the tank? I think the fuel tank is probably near empty, but now it's chasing down that last 2 minutes. 2 minutes is what they've got, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you what, this is going to be touch and go. You would feel for Hanna Lindholm, who has now dropped back to where it may not be possible for her to get that qualification time. But Jana Mamazanova from Kazakhstan and Teresa Herchova are right on the cusp, and you can see the Run2Gether athletes saying, come on, we've got to go now. If you want to go to Tokyo, we've got to go now. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And how good is it to see the blue of Kazakhstan making their way towards winning the S7 Marathon, but also qualification. But don't count out the athlete from the Czech Republic just yet. She runs for AK Skoda in Plzeň. Teresa Herchova is the lady behind, and it's now almost a sprint. Look at this. It's now almost a sprint into the last minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 minute to go to qualify for Tokyo 2021. This is the goal that they've been working for. Have a look at this, the pain, the excruciating agony, the sprinting in the small screen in second place as Jana Mamazanova makes her way to that finish line. She's got less than a minute to go. It's on the cusp. Hanna Lindholm in the background is not going to get there, I would imagine. Oh, it's about 40 seconds to that finish line. Can she make it? There's the arch in the distance. It's all about pushing now. Now you can see Teresa is starting to sprint, and it looks like we have an Olympic qualification for the athlete from Kazakhstan, and we have an Olympic qualification for the athlete from the Czech Republic. What a result and what a finish. Hanna Lindholm just behind. Can she get in time? I feel for her. She's worked really hard today. And will she get that finish and that qualification? I think it's just it's gone past now. So she's missed it by just a few seconds. Oh, look at that. 6 seconds is the gap that Hanna Lindholm has missed qualification. 6 seconds. It's heartbreaking.
Also, sind wir jetzt ganz woanders, gell? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Kazakhstan, winning here today in a time of 2 hours, 29 and 1 second. It is Jana Mamazanova, and qualifying for Tokyo. Qualifying alongside her is Teresa Herchova. with a time of 2:29.06. And Hannah Lindholm, my heart breaks, missing it by 6 seconds. Unofficially, that's what the time reads at the moment. Do you think she can comprehend that she has just qualified for the Olympic Games to represent Kazakhstan? There is Hannah on screen now. Hannah from Sweden. I can give you the fourth finisher from Kenya, Teresaya Omosa, running 2:30 and 12 seconds.
Ich werde zum Ziel fahren, weil ich bin jetzt... Ja, okay, passt. Weil ich bin komplett nass. Und ja, also was soll ich beim Ziel machen?
So let's just take a moment to enjoy the delight from these athletes, these two ladies that have qualified for Tokyo. Look at this. And this is the gentleman that was running alongside her. And if you think she was 1 minute and 16 seconds behind through 35 kilometers, to come through in the last 6 or so, 7 kilometers and win it and qualify. Have a look at the face, the emotions. Absolutely phenomenal.
Ich muss kurz doch noch mal zum Ziel. Fahren wir runter? Okay. Ja. Nein, geht sich nicht aus. Ich weiß nicht, wieso sind 5 Kameras dort, wieso keiner beim Ziel ist. So, also. Gleich noch auf Lautsprecher. Okay. Lass ihn mal fahren. Lass ihn fahren. Okay.
So what a thing. What a moment for these two ladies who have qualified for the Tokyo Olympics. And I don't want to stress the point too much, but given where they were at the 35-kilometer mark, to get themselves to where they got to is mind-blowing. But let's go to Uwe now and find out his thoughts.
So, und wir sind jetzt hier wieder im Zielbereich, denn da ist natürlich, da tut sich einiges. Wir haben den Damen-Zieleinlauf gesehen, die schnellsten sind hier schon bei uns im Ziel. Wir schauen ganz kurz einmal zu Anja rüber und schauen einmal, ob die schon irgendwie ansprechbar ist. Anja, kannst du uns kurz einen Eindruck geben, wie dein Rennen heute war?
Ja, also mir ist es am Anfang eigentlich recht gut gegangen, bis mich ab der Hälfte dann ein Seitenstechen erwischt hat und dann war ich froh, dass ich Gott sei Dank ins Ziel gekommen bin, nachdem letzte Woche so irgendwie gar nichts ging. Was für mich persönlich ganz wichtig, durch dieses Rennen halt durchzukommen und ja, für mich das Rennen gut zu Ende zu bringen.
Das heißt, dass der Regen oder so, da hat ja gar nicht so was ausgemacht und die Temperaturen?
Also ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher, ob vielleicht daher auch ein bisschen das Seitenstechen dann irgendwo kam. Aber gut, das Wetter ist, wie es ist, man kann es halt nicht ändern. Also von dem her muss man einfach halt da durchgehen.
Wie zufrieden bist du mit der Zeit?
Ich glaube, ich würde lügen, wenn ich sagen würde, wenn ich mir nicht ein bisschen mehr erhofft hätte. Also natürlich wäre ich gern schneller gelaufen, aber ich habe heute mein Bestes gegeben und wer war leider nicht drin da.
Und das bei 9 Grad Regen und so weiter. Wir gratulieren dir trotzdem, hören uns später, gehen kurz in die Werbung rein und sind gleich wieder da.
So the action from
Wieder durchatmen. Wieder frei sein. Wieder beleben. Wieder näher kommen. Endlich wieder Osttirol. Dein Bergtirol.
This is a cloud. It's the key to unlocking your running potential. By linking clouds together, we created an outsole that adapts to you, compressing vertically and horizontally before expanding, maintaining your momentum and propelling you forward. We call it Cloud Tech. Experience soft landings and explosive takeoffs with every step. Run on clouds.
Do you want to be fast as I? Do you want to feel the spirit of Kenyan runners? Come with us, we will give you the all secrets and tips of Kenyan runners. It doesn't matter how fast you are, we make you faster. Come with us for training in curve. Let's see us in curves.
So as the clock ticks by on the finish line of the S7 marathon in the Styria district in Austria, we've seen 3 athletes realize their Tokyo qualification dreams. In the men's race, Cameron Levins, representing Canada, got himself that qualification, and you could tell what it meant to him. One of the key things that he said was, there was a job to do, and I went out and did it. 2:10:14. Which is not his fastest time. He's run a 2:09 before, but he did very well today. Jared Shimigo, just outside that qualification from Poland, and Rhys Edwards from Australia, burning his way to the finish line in 3rd place. From Finland, Arttu Voutilainen in 4th place. In 5th place, the man who was 3rd for a long time, Maxim Rielno from Moldova. In 5th place there, it was Maxim. Rounding out the top 10, the athlete from Poland, and the man in 10th spot was Williams Solares from Guatemala. In the ladies' race, if we turn our attention to what had to be one of the most exciting finishes to a marathon that I've had to witness, not just for the time, but for the reason behind it. And we have a top 5 with Anja Scherl from Germany, who was in 3rd for a long time, finishing in 5th place at 2:32, 2 minutes faster. The athlete from Kenya, Teresia Omosa, who is a Run2Gether athlete, just missing out on that qualification by 42 seconds. Ouch. In third place, Hannah Lindholm, and that is the heartbreak story of today, coming in just outside, 2:29.36. 6 seconds she missed that Olympic qualification, and she was the leader for a long time. In the ladies' race, it was Teresa Hrčová from Czech Republic in second place, 2:29.06, getting that qualification, and a massive result for the people from Kazakhstan with their young lady, Zhana Mamazanova, qualifying by 29 seconds with a race time of 2:29.01. Let's turn our attention to the awards prize-giving ceremony with all COVID protocols in place as we recognize the results and the achievements of these amazing men and women. One of whom in the men's race qualified, the man on the top step, Cameron Levins, representing Canada. He takes the win at the S7 Marathon, and he is going to Tokyo as a qualifier just in time. The men's race, of course, is on the 8th of August. Now we'll switch to the ladies' race.
Na gut, Dietmar, die nette Dame hat deine Nummer. Bitte? Die hat deine Nummer, ja. Achtung, finish!
Great work by the team, recognizing one of our ladies. This is the lady from Ireland, if I'm not mistaken, coming across the finish line there. Brieg Connolly from Ireland, finishing in 6th place, 2:41.46. Tough day today, flat and fast course, but I think a lot of that was negated by the fact that it was cold and rainy and slippery.
Wo ist denn dein Radl eigentlich? Was denn, das hat mir überhaupt nochmal. Ja, wir nämlich auch, glaube ich. Ich habe meins irgendwo stehen lassen und dann ist wieder.
A runner on the finish line while we wait for the ladies. Let's go to Uwe. He's ready. You ready?
Und dann schauen wir ganz kurz auch noch einmal rein hier auf die Damensiegerin. Die zieht sich hier, glaube ich, gerade noch um. Aber wir werden in Kürze ein Interview von ihr hoffentlich bekommen. Wird sie auch ganz kurz ihre Eindrücke geben zu ihrer Zeit von 2 Stunden 28 und 59. Aber vielleicht kriegen wir da noch ein paar Bilder rüber. Dann können wir kurz mal reinschauen zu den Betreuern auch hier im Zielbereich, in den Zelten und so weiter, was sich hier ungefähr so abspielt. Dann hören wir mal ganz kurz rein, was sie so zu sagen hat. Zhana, can you come over, please? And the translator as well for a quick after-race interview. I know it's cold. 8 oder 9 Grad immer noch hier. Der Regen hat jetzt ein bisschen wieder nachgelassen bzw. aufgehört. Leider zum absolut falschen Zeitpunkt. Alright, Zhana. So first of all, congratulations to this great race. I think we're going to do this interview a little bit together with translation as far as it goes. How satisfied were you with the race and how was it for you?
Как это было для тебя бегать на вот эта погода?
Hard, very hard, but little bit comfortable.
So you had no problems at all with the rain?
У тебя будет проблем с погодой, Josh?
Little bit, comfortable, but как вторая половина была тяжелая.
The second half was really hard because of the rain and the wind started to pick up, and we had really strong rain at kilometer between 28 and 35.
Did you expect a time like this today from yourself?
Ты так ждала, что ты будешь так быстро бежать?
I hope. Я думала, надеялась.
Она так думала, что будет сделать. No. She was thinking to go faster at the end, yes.
But all in all, you're looking forward to go to the Olympic Games, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's really happy to go to the Olympics now. She's been waiting this for like 2 years, and she just trained 2 years just for this, and now she came here on last minute to qualify for the Olympics.
Thank you very much for this interview. We're gonna look if we can see the second place as well. Wir suchen also die Zweitplatzierte hier auch noch ganz kurz, wenn die Athleten nicht hier schon weg sind, denn wir haben es gesehen, viele kommen ins Ziel, kurz was trinken, Decke rüber, ab in den Bus und dann geht's ja auch schon wieder weg hier von der Strecke. Ich glaube nicht, dass wir hier noch die Zweitplatzierte irgendwo in der Gegend bei uns sehen können, denn wir sehen sie im Hintergrund, denn die sind ja auch hier irgendwo. Da haben wir sie hier stehen. Second place, yes. English is okay, right, I think. Little bit, but anyways, very, very exciting finish. First and second woman. How was your race? How did you feel?
It was very hard. It was my first marathon. I never ran something long like this. Longest is half marathon what I ran, and some long distance in mountain, but it's very slowly above.
But first race plus the Olympic standard, that's great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So how are your weeks going to be until the Olympic Games now? What kind of training? Are you going somewhere for a training camp or so?
I don't know. Sorry.
Do you go for a training camp somewhere, or are you going to stay in the Czech Republic?
I was on lots of training camps in mountains, but if I will go some trainings, I don't know.
Well, thank you very much and congratulations. Ja, das war's hier vom S7-Marathon. Zurück noch einmal zu den Kommentatoren, zu Ralf und Philipp. Das wird eure Verabschiedung. Kurze Zusammenfassung und vielen Dank hier fürs mit dabei sein im Livestream.
So last few words from me, just to say well done to our 3 Olympic qualifiers and well done to all of the athletes that raced today. How incredible to hear Teresa say she's never run a competitive marathon before. She said she's run half marathons, she's done some mountain training, but not run a marathon before. And her very first time, not only does she come second step on the podium, but gets a qualification for the Tokyo Olympic Games. What a pleasure to bring you the S7 Marathon, hosted by Run2Gether, a brilliant organization. Please go and find out more if you want to at run2gether.com. They host running vacations in Africa and Kenya, where you'll be running at 2,400 meters above sea level. You'll have all sorts of social activities on your run, on your stay, and you'll also have the opportunity to get involved in the community projects that they do in Kenya. They have 140 athletes and they are supported by 300 amazing sponsors. Massive thank you to the sponsors, Run on Clouds, Osteril, and many others who've made today possible. And also to the production team who've done such a phenomenal job. Let me just give you, for the last time, the results in the men's and women's race. In the women's race, in third place, Hannah Lindholm, missing out on that Olympic qualification by just 6 seconds. Teresa Hershova, who has never run a marathon competitively before, she comes in with a qualifying time of 2:29 and 6 seconds in second place. And the surprise win is Jana Mamazanova from stunning Kazakhstan, getting herself an Olympic qualification and taking the win at the S7 Marathon hosted by Run2Gether. In the men's race, it was Rhys Edwards from Australia in third place and at a time of 2 hours 13:26. 6 seconds ahead of him in second place was the runner from Warsaw, Jared Shigumo, in second place and qualifying for the Olympic Games and winning the S7 Marathon in a time of 2 hours and 10 minutes and 14 seconds from Canada, Cameron Levins, doing a phenomenal job. What a day, what an experience, what a race. It's just phenomenal, and what a privilege to be part of this incredible broadcast. We hope you've enjoyed it. Our cameras will stay on for a while. I believe there is still the ladies' prize giving to go, and then we'll have our final words from our man on the scene, Uwe. What a privilege to be part of today.
Ich habe mich dazu entschlossen, genau hierher zu kommen, weil man da die besten Impulse erwarte, um im Training voranzukommen. Ja, also der Unterschied hier ist, dass man sich wirklich vollkommen auf ein Ziel hin fokussieren kann und rundherum extrem gut betreut wird. Also das Besondere für mich ist, dass ich da wirklich mit der absoluten Weltelite mittrainieren kann und von ihnen auch lernen kann. Das ist ein ganz tolles Ambiente hier. Und
Молодец, Jana!
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Молодец!
Bitte Platz machen, es kommen nur 2 Läufer.
Your leg. I want to see your head and I want to see your body relaxed, completely relaxed. That is quite good.
Also das Besondere daran ist, dass diese Coaches, die hier sind, die fiebern richtig mit, die sind beim Training dabei, der hat sein Pfeiferl, seine Stoppuhr, der schwitzt mit dir richtig mit. Also das ist ein ganz tolles Mittrainieren, also faszinierend. Ja, mein sportliches Ziel ist Vienna City Marathon Anfang April und ich hoffe mit diesem Trainingscamp hier dort die nötige Basis dafür zu legen.
Wieder durchatmen. Wieder frei sein. Wieder beleben. Wieder näher kommen. Endlich wieder Osttirol. Dein Bergtirol.
This is a cloud. It's the key to unlocking your running potential. By linking clouds together, we created an outsole that adapts to you, compressing vertically and horizontally before expanding, maintaining your momentum and propelling you forward. We call it Cloud Tech. Experience soft landings and explosive takeoffs with every step. Run on clouds.
Do you want to be fast as I? Do you want to feel the spirit of Kenyan runners? Come with us, we will give you the all secrets and tips of Kenyan runners. It doesn't matter how fast you are, we make you faster. Come with us for training in curve. Let's see us in curves.
Jambo! Welcome to Kenya!
he wants to be fast as I. Do you want to feel the spirit of Kenyan runners? Come with us, we will give you the all secrets and tips of Kenyan runners. It doesn't matter how fast you are, we make you faster. Come with us for training in curve. Let's see us in curves.
My name is Frank Futselaar from the Netherlands, 29 years old, and I'm happy to be here in Austria to try to qualify for the Olympic Games. It's a great opportunity. I already hit the standard of 2:11:30, but in my country we have 6 men now who hit the standard for the Olympics, so I have to be a bit faster than my previous time, and I hope to do it this Sunday, so I'm going to do my best.
Hi, ich bin Jana. Ich freue mich sehr, hier am Start sein zu dürfen. Ich war viele Jahre jetzt nicht mehr im Wettkampfgeschehen unterwegs und freue mich umso mehr, hier beim S7 Halbmarathon mal auszutesten, was wieder so geht und mich von vielen schnellen Laufern inspirieren zu lassen, um möglichst weiterzukommen dann.
Hello, my name is Tony Payne. I'm a runner from Thailand. My best time is 2:16 and I'm very lucky to have the opportunity to race in Austria tomorrow. We're going to try to improve that and see how fast I can go.
Ich hoffe.
Wieder durchatmen. Wieder frei sein. Wieder beleben. Wieder näher kommen. Endlich wieder Osttirol. Dein Bergtirol.
Ein Tagesausflug in den Nationalpark Longonot kann gut in den Trainingsalltag integriert werden und lohnt sich auf jeden Fall. Nach dem Morning Run geht es in einer halbstündigen Fahrt zum Nationalparkeingang. Unter der Führung von Paul, unserem Guide, wandern wir in einem 1,5- bis 2-stündigen Fußmarsch an den Kraterrand des erloschenen Vulkans im Great Rift Valley. Vorbei an der Tierwelt führt der Weg auf 2560 Meter zum ersten Aussichtspunkt. In einem 3-stündigen Fußmarsch kann der Krater auch umrundet werden. Nach den herrlichen Ausblicken auf die erloschene Caldera klingt der Tag noch mit einem Abendlauf oder einem Kartenspielchen mit den Athleten von Run2Gether aus. Aufbruch zum Lake Naivasha Nationalpark. Nach ungefähr einer Stunde Jeepfahrt ist die Anlegestelle der Boote, die uns in die zauberhafte Tierwelt des Sees bringen, erreicht. Das Anlegen der Rettungswesten ist Vorschrift. Der Sicherheitscheck vom Bootsführer auch. Der 135 Quadratkilometer große See liegt im östlichen Teil des ostafrikanischen Grabenbruches. Er ist die Heimat einer bemerkenswerten Vielfalt an Vögeln und Wildtieren. Es wurden rund 300 verschiedene Vogelarten wie Kormorane, Ibisse und Pelikane gezählt. Rund um den See können Gnus, Antilopen und Zebras beobachtet werden. Und dann sind sie plötzlich da. Flusspferde. Unsere Bootsführer halten respektvoll Abstand. In Afrika kommen mehr Menschen durch Hippos zu Tode als durch Löwen. Mit dem gehörigen Abstand sind das eindrucksvolle Tierbeobachtungen.
Absolut geil, so viele coole Tiere. Normalerweise nur im Fernsehen sehbar, aber jetzt so hautnah zu erleben. Nilpferde, Zebras, Gazellen, absolut leibend, echt empfehlenswert.
Hell's Gate, der Name ist Programm. Viele Tiere, Hitze und enge Schluchten. Schon die Anfahrt ist ein Abenteuer für sich. Mit dem Mountainbike geht es vom Nationalpark-Eingang zum eigentlichen Schluchtlabyrinth. Welches Erlebnis! Einfach durch eine Herde Zebras vorbei an Giraffenradeln, Wildlife pur. Ein Klippschliefer beobachtet uns mit stoischer Gelassenheit. Unsere Run2Gether-Lauftrainer begleiten uns auch bei der Wanderung in einer der spektakulären Schluchten. Paul, unser Guide, gibt auf jede Frage ausführlich Antwort. Immer tiefer dringen wir in das Jahrmillionen vom Wasser ausgewaschene Gestein vor. Kleine Kletterpartien, immer gut abgesichert, bleiben aufgrund der geologischen Voraussetzungen nicht aus. Dennis lässt es sich nicht nehmen, einen Abstecher ins Schlafzimmer des Teufels zu machen. Nach so viel eindrucksvollen Impressionen bringt die letzte Kletterpartie uns wieder zum Ausgangspunkt zurück. Wo wir auch entsprechend verabschiedet werden.
No shoot.